mean?
In that cartoon, she said he
really.
I don't know.
Hey, welcome everybody to the Sunshine Show, the Moonshine Show is happy hour. I'm Calvin.
I'm John. We were just talking about the cartoon. Janessa looked at it and said, "He made you look old." I thought I looked pretty good in it.
Yeah, I mean, really.
I think it's funny.
Maybe look old. It's a cartoon, Janessa, if you watch it. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. I appreciate everybody joining us today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're coming from, wherever you're watching from. Yeah, we saw that anime. Well, it's actually a cartoon that the young man, was nice enough to do. I actually hired him because he needed some work, and I wanted to help him with his confidence because 50-33 is the 50-33. 50-33 is the exchange rate today, and that's really, really good.
As long as it's 50, I'm happy.
Yeah.
We are experiencing a cold snap here in San Carlos City. I guess we have a low pressure system, and that in typhoons when you get it. But it's at 8:30 this morning here. It was 80 degrees with 86% humidity, but with the heat index because all that humidity was 85. The locals are freezing. They got long pants on, hoodies, hats. They are freezing. It's weird. It seems like 87, they're happy. If it gets over 87, they complain it's hot. If it gets below 87, they complain they're cold.
I want to thank the NTZ. Welcome, everybody. Thank y'all for what y'all do to keep this a safe and respectful live stream. Yeah, it's really been nice. I told my girlfriend today, I said, John likes this weather.
I love it.
Well, see, I like to see the sun, even though it gets on my nerves. But yeah, it is a welcome relief and sometimes you will get a break like this. That's why guys say, is it hot all the time over there? Not all the time.
Well, I mean, even today it's 85, but it feels very comfortable to
me. Yeah, it feels to me like maybe 80, 78 or something like that.
You've been acclimated.
Yeah, he says.
John got a new hairstyle. That's the same
one. Not this one. He's talking about on the cartoon.
Oh, the cartoon.
It looks good to me.
Yeah, it does. I wish my hair really
Hey, Sammy, what's going on?
Good to see you, Sammy.
Hey, Harold Teal, what's up, Calvin? In the cartoon world, he said. They are fine young men.
Thank you, Mo.
Yo, who was that guy sending those scare tactic emails? Well, I don't really want to say 100%, but we know who he is because he hasn't been snooping around since I said I know who he is. But he's surely a coward. Well, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Now, while we're on that, you said later he sent you an apology? What's up with that stuff? I mean,
it was a creepy apology with little sincerity.
I mean, I would have had to ask the guy, why do you have so much hate for me? I mean, what did he, I don't know. I didn't understand.
Well, because he hates himself.
Well, there's times I hate myself, but I don't take it out on others.
That's the reason why I tell guys, you're expecting a lot of women over here to love you, and they don't even love themselves. So just be careful on that. Because my next video is going to be long distance relationships are for fools. And if I step on your toes, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to help you. Hey, Daryl Fulmore, thanks for that super sticker, brother. He's out there in Seattle, Washington. I didn't know it got as cold out there. I know it's rainy out there. I didn't know it was
Well, I don't
cold.
think it gets that hot there either. I've never been to the Pacific Northwest. I'd like to visit it sometimes.
Jason Flynn says, hey, y'all stuck in traffic, but here.
Thank
so you mean what are we doing? Maybe because it looks clear here, doesn't it, John?
Yeah.
That's Pumpkin Joe. Huh?
That looks real good.
I think he bought a new car. Put that picture of your new car up here, John. I mean, Pumpkin Joe.
Well, I'll tell you, anybody that buys a car here, get the cheapest one you get because it's going to get beat up. Trust me.
Hey, Alto Rocamora.
I had a car I drove for 13 years. This one I bought in 2 months, I had more scratches on it than I had on that one I drove for 12 years.
Yeah. I talked to Rock Harmon. I mean, he's really got a nice truck here. I thought when they came here and they gave us a ride home from the restaurant, and I thought that they had rented that truck. I mean, it's a super nice truck, one of them big trucks.
Probably like $2.5 million or $2 million.
What? I don't know. I'm just saying. I said, oh, so what happened to that truck? You let it go back? Where'd you rent that from? He said, no, that's my truck. I said, how? Oh, I said, do you let the family drive it while you're gone? He said, no.
Good for him.
He said, I sit it in the driveway with a tarp over it. He says, I got a 24-hour closed circuit television on it. He said, they better not touch it. Because I told him, I said, man, they would tear that truck up. It's too big for them.
And I see that a lot. The families here are really big. So a lot of these Filipinos can afford it. They'll get like the 7-passenger vans and stuff, but the roads are too small and they can't drive them.
Hey, Brad Mac, thanks for that super sticker.
Thank
now,
you,
but this truck that he's got, it was so nice. I said, well, I wonder where they rented that when I first saw it. No, that's it. They leave it over here. Hey, Jacob John J.
Brother John.
Gregory Williams, what's going on, brother? He says, I always thought it was funny watching some Filipinos walk around in sweat tops and turtleneck in the tropics. Yeah, they do that. Well, they do it all the time. But mostly what you see them with the
I see a lot of
the tricycle drivers. Yeah, it's mostly when I see them because they're out there in that sun, and or somebody that's selling something on the street, because it's a lot of salesmen. When you get over here, you're going to see a lot of sales people.
Oh, I haven't come by the house. Hey, I also had the carolers that you put on your community page. They stopped at my house the other night.
Same one?
Same ones, yeah.
Yeah.
So I gave them 20 pesos. That's probably a mistake because I've had 3 sets of other carolers come.
No, you have a bunch. You have a bunch where you live. So they can't get to me. Somebody sent them to me.
So I had,
I'm sure.
I had 3 of them stop last night, and they started singing. I said, I'm not going to give you nothing. They quit singing and walked away.
Michael Miller says, which area is good to live in for beginners? Well, by the way, John, that's just tradition here.
Oh, I know.
It's okay to like right now, we've got a whole little can full of pesos. Just give them 5 or 10 pesos or something like that, man, when they come over there. Don't run away like that. Because a lot of them will come around. If you'll see a real good group that can sing really good,
actually,
they're not asking for money. Really, they're asking for donations. They're going to help somebody with that. Michael Mill said, which area is good to live for beginners? My expat alley that I say, Metro Manila, anywhere up there, Cavite, Quezon City. Then you got Angeles City, Olongapo, Cebu City,
I'd say Cebu,
Davao, Dumaguete City, Bacolod City, General Santos, Iloilo, any of those big urban cities. You don't want to live where John lived as a beginner.
I loved it, though, but I agree. And while we're on that, I got an email the other day from one of our viewers asking about the vaccines that I got before I came over here. And I got 9 or 10 of them. I don't remember. I tried to look for my card, and I couldn't find it. But a lot of people don't get vaccines. You never got any, but you did have some in the service.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't. But I was going to Southern Lady, where 6 hours from the nearest hospital, very remote. I couldn't even get cell phone service, so I thought I better take all precautions. But now those vaccines cost me a lot of money. My doctor didn't have them. They sent me to Passport Health, and I spent $2,500 or $3,000 on them.
See, that's a good thing to use your insurance on right now, guys. And then talk to your doctor, because it's not required to get in here, but he may have a different story. He may say, hey, well, because I don't know how long those vaccinations last, to be honest with you. I haven't had any problem. As long as I don't catch that Japanese encephalitis, I guess I'm okay.
Now, that shot they offered to me, it was over $2,000 just for that shot, and it was only good for 6 months, so I'll pass on that one. But that is deadly if you get it.
Hey, John Gomez, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, if you get it. But, I don't know if you're born with that or where does that come from? Because I'm pretty sure different areas of the Philippines where you live in has different probably diseases and stuff you have to worry about. One thing I probably wouldn't, see if you agree, Calvin, probably get the hepatitis A and B and probably a tetanus shot before you come over. Well, like I said, check with your doctor, because I haven't had anything, but I would say, because I did a video on like that a long time ago. I said, what vaccinations do I need? Because I told you, I just got on the plane and came over here. I didn't check. They could have sent me back and said, hey, you need XYZ vaccination. You don't have it. but you don't need to get in. But yeah, I would talk to my doctor and say, hey, you know, it's a good idea to do this. I do that. Rick Merriman says, I was stationed at Naval Base Subic Bay in 1984. Those were some of the best memories. I've heard top 3 places in PI to live are Dumaguete, Tagaytay, and Cebu. Great show.
Well, now Dumaguete will be has more of a western feel to me, but I've never been up to like Angeles and those places. They may be the same.
Yeah, I mean, you're going. See, that's the problem. People haven't really been to Angeles City. It's really nice up there, and you know, there's a lot of foreigners up there, and you know, they get good mail service, good restaurants, you know, Western food. It's not all the bars, you know, it's more than walking street up there, and that's what you have to.
Well, I'll say that's the reputation they have, though.
Yeah, it's just a reputation.
It don't mean it's true.
Well, the whole Philippines has a reputation. That's why people don't come here. I mean, it's a wrong reputation.
I agree.
Hey, John Gomez said leaving DR next week, back to the cold. I know you're gonna hate it, man. I would hate going back to Louisville, Kentucky right now. Somebody sent me something. I think it's 28 degrees there.
Oh.
I don't want that. Pumpkin Joe says it's a special gift it's a Christmas gift for the special lady in my life. I'll post pics and a video.
Oh, he's leaving us a cliffhanger. I love it.
So let me ask you, did you trade in your car? Now you got 2 cars. Dalwood Gaffar says, Calvin, if you consider a resident visa, get those likes up. Thank you for that super chat. I haven't. And, you know, I don't need one under normal circumstances, believe it or not. And remember, the Philippines is so strict when it comes to these. I don't have a pension.
And that's a big problem.
And that's a big problem. And you don't need one in my situation. Under normal circumstances, you know, you stay here for 3 years, which in my case, it'll be 4 with my valid band visa.
You're lucky on that.
And you leave the country for 1 day, come back and start it all over again. But no, I've never considered it. Now, I was told that I could use this house, but I'd have to put up the money first. And then once it's approved, then I could transfer it to my house. But I don't want anything connected.
Well, that'd probably take you 3 years to get that stuff back.
Yeah, well, I don't want anything connected. I've already lost a house before over there. I don't want to lose another house. You know, we got our tax bill at 1,796 pesos that we have to pay. And it's due by the end of the year.
So what? $350?
No.
1,796.
So
it's less than $40.
Yeah, about $36. Hey, Sammy Davis. Mr. K, what's going on? He said, made it back another day.
Good.
John, may I ask how many new ladies threw themselves at you today?
Actually, none today. Now, we'll tell you a pretty good story. Calvin, I was talking to him there, last week, I think, and he goes, I was down at Save-More, and this young 20-something Filipino, she was all over me. Well, no kidding. 2 days before I was there, and she was all over me. So she's wanting a foreigner bad. I think that's pretty funny. That was last week, though.
But it's a lot of them that work in there, John. I don't know.
It may not have been the same one, but most of them. I mean, it's a bunch of that. John, what you drinking today? Well, breakfast orange juice, of course. There might be a little vodka in it, but King Arthur, I don't see him on here. He told me not to get drunk today, so I'm not.
Hey, what's going on? Buck,
the legend.
California. That's Lynn, San Diego 102.
How you doing, Lynn? I like your videos, Lynn, but we need some narration on it.
Hey, the Beach of Life Sunshine Cruise. Yeah, Punky Joe says he doesn't understand people buying nice high-end sports cars in the Philippines. These roads and yearly ongoing road work would tear those cars up. Yeah, I saw a Dodge Charger
down at the hospital. I've seen it. The purple one.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Then I saw the older Dodge Charger before they changed them. You know how they not the Charger. I saw the Challenger.
Okay.
The Dodge Challenger. You know what that looks like, right?
Yeah.
And then I saw the Dodge Charger the other day.
Now, and that's what I told Janessa there. I took her to the doctor, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But they have this Dodge Charger down there. And I told her that probably costs as much as 3 of Calvin's house. And I said, you can't open them up here. Yeah, I mean, why do you have it?
Yeah. it's just a show. I said
I
the same
guess.
thing whenever you see that stuff.
I mean,
like
there's
that.
no place to open it
I
up.
saw a nice Mustang right here on Eco Highway at one of these. He was stopping in front of one of these hardware stores, and I was like, man. I mean, a brand new one. You know, they got the slope in, back in.
I haven't seen that.
And I'm like, what in the world? Retired 2019 said, doing my push-ups and watching Thursday night football. Who's on there? Who's playing tonight? Michael Miller said, Expat Alley. Yeah, that's what just a saying that they used a long time ago to talk about a part of Angling City, a longer pole. I just use it to describe the major cities, the urban cities here in the Philippines that I would suggest a new person coming to, because it won't take you much to get acclimated, to assimilate inside. You got high-speed internet. They usually have nice nightlife. You know, a lot of English-speaking people.
That's one thing. San Carlos does not have nightlife, and that's fine with me. I mean, I'm not after that.
They said, Harold Till says, I'm happy Buck's here today. What's up, bro? Well, somebody said something. They said, I didn't say it, Buck. They said the other day on my live stream, Sammy wasn't here and you wasn't here. So was that a coincidence? I said, don't bring that up.
Yeah,
Buck,
we don't want to make it
Buck,
bad.
don't play that stuff. But I'm going to tell you. Dennis Snyder says, hey, I'm having a scotch for you all. He said, my third sip and I'm drunk.
Well, I tell you, Dennis, you get here, the Scotch whiskey's a lot cheaper.
Calvin, I asked my doctor, and she told me to check on the website for the country and make sure any shots you need
to get in here. They
get
don't
a
check
month
nothing
before you go. Yeah, but on the state travel.state.org, they do
their recommendations.
They have recommendations, but it's so many on there, man. I hope you got good insurance.
Well, Jason, also don't wait a month before you go, because some of the shots I got, I had to come back like 2 and 3 months later to get the second dose, and at least a few of them I had to get third doses on. So I would start it a year ahead of time.
I would get a physical before you came over here anyhow. Know where you stand. Now, he said, they said, did you spend $3,000 on that?
I spent over $2,000 on my shots, but I had money at the time. I was still working. I was in the 1%, then that was a long time ago. But the Japanese encephalitis shot, Passport Health quoted me a price of $2,000 for it, and it was only good for 6 months. So I passed on that one. And I agree, don't carry $100,000 on you when you come here. But I carried 110, but I took 109 back.
Yeah. Mr. Vegas said, I got the shingles vaccine for free 3 years ago, and the pharmacy gave me a $50 gift card.
And that's something else. If you're going to get these shots, like I say, in hindsight, I would call the health department. I'd call everybody to try to get them instead of going to Passport Health and paying all this money.
Use your insurance. You know, if you got it.
I didn't think they would cover that, and I never thought about it. Actually, I think I still had insurance then. Okay, I saw somebody a couple live streams ago, I've been meaning to bring it up, say he was a type 2 diabetic. I would be careful if you come over here, and I'll tell you why. I did woodworking. I got splinters. I got cut every day. By profession, I got metal shavings. My hands are probably full of metal, and I never had anything infected. But I got a cut on my toe, a little cut. I didn't even worry about it. It went crazy here. Betadine is your friend. Buy it and keep it with you all the time. I mean, I know I've got expat here in San Carlos right now that's going back to UK, probably get his foot cut off. He's a diabetic. And when I went to the dermatologist about 6 months ago, 4 months ago, they had him outside, and they had the bandage off his toe, and he had a big hole in it, and they were dressing it outside.
Filipino vlogger, how you doing? Says, hello, Calvin. I am Buntak from Dipolog. Now, Dipolog's another nice place to visit. It's northern Mindanao. And they've got the Cock Resort.
The Cock Resort?
Yeah,
I don't know no parts of that.
Cock. It's really nice. He says, what about the kids running up to you and asking for money? Should you give it to them?
I say no.
Well, be careful is what I'm telling you, because
give me your experiences. I wouldn't mind.
I did that in Dumaguete one time, and luckily she swept me into Lee's supermarket. 2 little girls came up to me, and I gave them 20 pesos each. And within a split second, I mean, really, the time I put the money back in my pocket, I was surrounded because they've got some people here. I forgot what they call it.
But they send the kids out and they get the money back home.
Yeah,
that's their job.
It's a game.
Now, here in San Carlos, we got kids over at Gasano. Calvin's met them. I've met them. And I tell you, your heart will break because, of what, how the pitiful shape they're in. But when I saw those kids riding on a tricycle to go to work, I thought, if you're that poor, you're not going to pay 10 pesos to ride. Didn't you catch one of them counting out a bunch of money one day?
Yeah, one guy.
Yeah, so I mean.
But I buy them food.
I'll buy them food. I do that. No money. I just give food.
Yeah, I buy them food.
I'll do that too.
I don't know what this means. Oh, okay. What?
VA, something tech.
I don't know what that means.
Well, Virginia's a beautiful state.
Philip Cooper, what's going on? He says, don't be a tightwad with your Christmas curls. Yeah, they are needy young kids. Make a difference with them.
Well, maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But I don't know.
John is different from me. John is tight, and that's his, that's who he is.
But I help people here, but I get to know them first and know that I'm not giving to a kid.
But curlers are different, John. You got to help them. I mean, it's part of the tradition. I mean, throw them, them people that's outside my house, I gave them 100 pesos. But I've been around here for 12. I mean, just give them something, though. I mean, really. It's just it's tradition. Because when you go home, you're going to be able to save it. Because ain't nobody going to come around singing in front of your door in bumfuck West Virginia. That's for
sure.
Not.
I won't give them nothing either.
It says, Calvin, who can get a permanent resident visa? Well, you got to go on the Bureau of Immigration. They have 4 different SRRVs. But then, remember, you can get a permanent visa if you marry a Filipino.
And that's what my plan is next year.
You marry her, and it's registered here in the Philippines. Your marriage has to be registered here. And then you can get what's called a 13A, and that's permanent visa, or one of the SRRVs. And I'm, your next door neighbor, Nifty, he told me that
he's got like a 13C or D or something.
He's got a 13A, but it's a special 13A that the Philippines only gives like 20 people a year. And that's for somebody who's making a difference.
He was a mining engineer.
Making the Philippines better.
Yeah. A skill that they don't have here.
Yeah. Now here's Rock. Remember we was having this discussion with that G Rich guy was on here. He said, Calvin, I own outright a condo in Makati. Bought it in 2014 in my name. Should be breaking dirt from my house in Don Salvador.
Don Salvador is gorgeous.
Next month.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
75% off the hamster wheel. Yeah. I saw where you bought, man. That's a beautiful place.
I like the mountains.
And the plans you got are going to be nice. That's going to be a big place for you and your wife and son. And Rock's son is huge already, man. I said, he's going to eat you out of house and home.
Thank you, Mr. Tucker.
Oh, okay. Ken James said today in Louisville, Calvin, it was 61 degrees. Okay, tomorrow it's supposed to be 69. Monday morning we had snow. Yeah. Well, they say if you don't like the weather in Louisville, stick around. It's going to change.
I've lived in the Midwest, the South, a little bit in the North. They said that every place I've lived in the U.S.
Yeah. Hey, who's this? Hey, Jay Bell, thanks for the super sticker. Dennis Snyder, thanks for the super sticker.
Appreciate that.
He said John's a player.
At one time, yeah, but I've settled down. I came here only wanting one good woman. Now, it took me 7 to find that, but I did find it.
Now, this is a good question. Do you have car insurance, John?
Yes. I don't know what the cost is because I got the first year free on the included on the price of my car. So I don't know yet what it costs. I can probably go back and look and see. But I got a license plate for 3 years. Of course, I have not got my permanent license plate for it yet. And it's been, 4 months, 5 months?
But I think over here it's like anywhere. I think it's in the United States too. You gotta when it go time to register, you have to approve. Because if you go in the lawyer, they'll show you they sell car insurance, motorcycle insurance for the sake of you getting your license plate.
So I said to the Toyota sales lady there, I said, so if I wreck this, if somebody runs into me and destroys this car, will you pay for it? Oh yeah, no problem. I said, well, what if I get drunk and go off the road and flip it over and destroy it? Will you pay? You have to talk to the agent about that.
Hilda Miller says, how do you like the Philippines? But I don't like it. I love it.
I love it.
I mean, there's not a whole lot that I don't like about the place. And I could easily, get over it because I'm saying the positives are so much more than the negatives. And I don't
there are
focus
negatives,
on,
but
I don't focus on them.
The positives definitely are.
Yeah, you know what they are. Definitely. You know what it is. It is what it is. And if you don't come over here and complain, it may give you some trouble, but
I do meet expats that like to complain though. Not that many, but I do meet them.
Milton Brown said, Cal think you're grooming John for his own show. No, John's not going. He's scared of the trolls.
I'm not afraid of no trolls. I don't have the time. I can come on Calvin's. I enjoy it. Now, he does one every day, sometimes two in a day. I have a hard time coming up with stuff for just once a week, and I'm thinking, man, it's almost like work.
Yeah, but you could just do a live stream like a lot of the guys up in, Doomgay Disciples and different ones are doing.
How much a durable car in the Philippines? I got a Toyota Waygo, and I read the reviews, and they said they were great. I've had it for 6 months with no problems. But ask me after 6 years. That's me.
Yeah.
But I paid $13,700 US for it, though. And that was
there
3
any
years
car dealerships near you? Yeah, it is. It's a bunch of them, really.
But they don't have cars here. You go and tell them what you want, and they'll drive it free, of course, from Bacolod to you.
Hey, King Arthur, little lady said, hello, Sunshine Crew. He lost his dog, had to put him down. 16 years.
Well, that's old for a dog.
Yeah. That'd be 100 and what? 112.
I can't remember. Is it 7 years for everyone? I can't remember.
But I think if I'm not mistaken, his name was Teeny Weeny. If I'm Tiny or something,
I'm
sorry.
A miniature or something?
I don't know, but
he'll tell us.
Okay. Harold Kemp says, I bought a 65 Cobra replica this spring as part of my required midlife crisis.
Love it. 10 years younger.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I tell you what, that midlife crisis, man. They say it's not real, but I think it is.
I think I've been going through it since I was about 15, and I'm still going through it.
He says, I've been to the PI haven't been since 2016.
You missed Balut?
He said, I missed the San Miguel beer, red horse, Balut, Pansy, and fresh mango.
Yellow mangoes are very good.
Anyway, I live vicariously through you guys. Keep the good videos coming.
You like Balut?
Well, he's probably drunk when he's.
Well, I tell you what, I get drunk a lot. I will never eat Balut. I don't want to throw up and waste a good drunk on that.
Well, the COVID, they're kicking the COVID's butt now. They had the lowest number of new cases since the beginning of COVID.
What was it, like 300 or something? I forget.
Yeah, 364, and it's very low risk of catching COVID in Manila right now. The whole country here is on alert 2, which basically is only one more alert and you're back on the new normal. He said, Calvin, all doctors in the Philippines have to do hospital duty. Well, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Hey, Ronald Harris, he said $100.
$120?
Yeah, $100 for the wall and $20 for John.
He needs it for that wall. I was teasing him this morning. I said, I think your wall's going to take as long to build as Trump's wall did.
Yeah. But remember the lady we just told Hilda, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And
that's right.
There's no sense me getting mad. No, but I know.
It's not going to do you any good.
I see, but thank you so much. Really, Ronald Harris. But I see it coming. These guys, they haven't worked all week.
Well, it has been raining every day. In their defense.
Yeah, but still, not Tuesday and Wednesday.
I know. I'm trying to stick up for
you got to understand that it's not raining now. This is great weather.
For me, it would be.
For construction.
Cool. Nice and cool.
Okay, look out that window.
They're working.
They're working.
I'll wave down.
And I'm so sorry that I didn't just go over there and say, hey, man, when you guys are done, please come over here.
It would have been done by now.
Yeah. I mean, they work every single day.
But that's the stuff you learn. I mean, that's what you learn.
He said, hey, Calvin, John, what supplies do you need from the USA? I always like good, like I said, John always says, shaving shaving cream.
I don't need the cream, but Bic disposable
Yeah.
razors. I cannot find anything that good here.
Lotion, because lotion here, real good lotion here, is very, very expensive. I like those gummy vitamins, man.
Now, Herb, I've got some Sam Champion sending me Bic razors, so I'm good. So I don't need that. Shame you couldn't send us a steak. That's what I really miss.
Yeah, I haven't had a good steak in a long time. I was tempted to try the one at Doug's. I forgot to do it.
Well, one of these days we'll go out and try it. Now,
Yeah,
they are expensive, and he'll say they're small. Now, this guy is from Canada. He has a resort here. He ended up learning how to cut his own steaks. I think it's the butchering techniques here why we can't get good steaks. And so he buys a big hunk of beef and cuts his own steaks.
And then a lot of times here, they cook it too long. They cook the shrimp too long here.
Well, I'll tell you.
It doesn't take long to cook shrimp.
And
really.
if it's overcooked, I can't stand it.
It's
real
hard.
dry
It's
and
hard. It's
rubbery.
hard. Yeah. They don't know how to do that.
Speaking of shrimp, we had shrimp delivered the other day, and they were pretty good sized. They were probably medium in the U.S. They weren't quite large because they get the heads on them. They look huge. You cut the heads off, they're not that big. They were $4.40 a pound.
But I tell you where you can get a good steak here. If you're in Cebu or Manila, you can go to TGI Friday.
They have them there.
They have good steak there. Because when a gentleman, he's a younger guy, he's 38. He came here from the United States, and I hooked up with him. He was in Manila. We were in Cebu, and we took him and his girlfriend out to. And I bought the steak. He bought a salad. I'm like, come on, man. You come all the way over here and you get a damn salad. But anyway, it was good, man.
Well, I've heard, but I have not been there. In Manila, they have Texas Roadhouse, which is my favorite steakhouse in the U.S.
Well, see, that's the thing about when the guy was asking Mike Miller about Expat Alley. See, you can pick up some things and that you're used to having that you're not going to get in San Carlos.
Or Bacolod, for that matter.
But a lot of things you can get in Bacolod. I mean, like, even in Dumaguete, small as Dumaguete is, they had that Starbucks. Which was, I was shocked because I've been down there so many times. I guess I don't walk that far down there before. I never saw it, but it's really it's got an upstairs, and it's just Starbucks. Milton Brown says, hey, Cal, why did the ladies in Luzon look down on the darker women in Mindanao?
It's not just in Luzon.
Because they are darker, the ladies.
It's not just in Luzon.
Well, to be honest with you, let me answer this question. It's not like they really look down on them, okay?
It goes into the class
because you have to understand the Philippines has a sense of community. That I don't know where that comes from, really. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see that. Now I do see women bleaching their skin and stuff because they're trying to get as much of an edge as they possibly can in this competitive society. I mean, that may be the difference between them getting the job and not getting the job.
Or getting a man.
But
Filipino men want the light-skinned girl.
But as far as looking down on them, I don't see that.
I'll give you my take on that. The darker you are means you're out in the fields working or you're in the sun more, and it's the class system. It's not anything having to do with skin color. It's the class system. You're poor.
But see, you got to understand, too, is this. You're in the Philippines where they're, all that comes from colonialism. All that foolishness comes from that. You're in a country that the sun shines 365 days a year.
It's hard
the average temperature is 82 degrees. This is a brown country. The Filipinos are brown.
The women here will use umbrellas to keep the sun off of them more than keep the rain off of them.
Yeah, some of them, not all of them.
Quite a few do.
Yeah, that's what my girlfriend does, and she doesn't. Nobody in here does.
Mine does.
I don't see it.
When I went to Southern Lady, I was walking through the town, and everybody was coming out to see the foreigner because they'd never seen one before. I had women coming out with their umbrellas, putting them over me. I said, "What are you doing that for?" "Oh, you're so white and pretty. We don't want you to get that. Get them things out of here." It's kind of comical, really.
See, like I said, there you go again with that. Everybody doesn't think like that here, John. You can't paint everybody with that. Of course they do, but not everybody.
Not everybody.
If that's the case, how can I get the women that I get? If you're so white and pretty.
No,
were they blind when they saw you?
Now, let me tell you guys a story. My Janessa's been sick. So wasn't able to do the laundry there. She's sick for about a week. A maid of a house beside us came over with her 20-year-old daughter on their day off to do our clothes. So we always think that the Filipinos always want to rip us off and everything. So they spent all day washing all these clothes and everything. We fed them, of course. I gave them each 250 pesos, $5 each. They gave it back to me and told me it was too much. I finally got them to take 250. But the 20-year-old daughter, you're like this. Janessa says, maybe you ought to think about getting a foreigner because these foreigners really like them young. She looked at her and said, but I don't like white guys like him. I like dark guys. I said, there's plenty of them too.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's not all the way, it's just that. See, the guy the other day you were saying, we're stereotyping, right? That's,
we just give our experience.
That would be a stereotype though, because
not all.
Now does the job when you go to try to get a job in one of these places, they're gonna want the light skin. They'll put it on the advertisement. They'll say fair skin, 18 to 30, pleasing personality. You couldn't do that in America, but they can do that here.
Well, they have age requirements and everything else.
But I've never seen being looked down on.
Well, maybe not looked down, but it's a
maybe they think that
better.
Maybe they may think they're better, but it doesn't make them any smarter.
Well, no, most of them are not as smart. You get these the people that have to work for a living, they're a lot smarter than we are. They know how to survive.
He said, Calvin, you live a reserved family man's life. What's your advice to the ones that move around like to party and stay single? I just say, be careful, man. Remember rule number 1, shut the fuck up and mind your own business. Respect these people and their culture, and you're not going to have a problem. Don't get too drunk out there in these local bars. It could cost you your life. Literally. Because one thing, Filipinos leave you alone, but when they start drinking, they'll say stuff to you that they would normally never say, And that's what happened to the young man down in Dumaguete. He's out there partying, having a good time, got into an argument. Same thing that happened to the guy here. He's buying people drinks. But the minute he said, no, I'm not going to buy any more drinks, he gets into an argument. They go outside. He should have just left. They both went their own way. Left. But no, he's drunk. He turns around and goes
start fighting with him,
chasing the Filipino guy. Well, he don't know the Filipino has a gun. It may have been a homemade one, but he shot him in the side. He's lucky he didn't die. We're supposed to be going to Cebu, but hell, we can't get a ferry.
My neighbor's stuck there. He's supposed to come back Tuesday, I think.
Yeah, he's supposed to have been back. He said,
Waves.
But I'm gonna tell you, he's got the perfect attitude because I was like, wow, man, that's messed up. He said, well, mate, he's from Australia. You got to make the best of it. And see, that's what I'm saying about when the lady asked me, what do you like about the Philippines? You just it is what it is, man. No sense in complaining. He says, I enjoyed the videos you made when you're walking around Dumaguete. Would be great to see you in more cities. Yeah, I'm going to go all the way from as far probably as a longer pole. I'm going to go all the way down to Glen. We were going to Cebu today. I don't know if we're going to be able to go. We've been going since Wednesday. But, the weather won't allow the boats to sail. Say, Calvin, I would fire them. It's too much. You paid up front. Yeah, then they would try to stiff you slow service. That's what's going on right now. And see, I didn't know that they're from Cherigor, Cherigor over there where Donna lives.
Oh, okay.
See, that's a red flag right there. Because I've given them, they charging $32,000 to build the wall, right? Except for the gate, that's going to be separate because they got to weld and do that. I've already given them $23,000. I already see it now. I already see it now that they're going to show up today. It's Friday, and ask for another advance, and I'm going to say no. Say, look, that wasn't the plan. I'm not going to pay you before you get my wall done.
I wouldn't pay any more until they're done.
And by the way, they've got a lot of work to do compared to how much I've given them. And it's Christmas, man. It's the only reason I'm doing it. But these guys are really taking advantage, man. And I'm stuck, really. But you live and you learn. I mean, I'm not going to, get in trouble about it. He says, John, a vlogger. Well, he is.
I come on Calvin.
He is. Technically, he is.
Yeah,
You're vlogging now.
Once
but
a week.
he doesn't have his own channel. Bobby Stevens says steak at Resort World. Yeah, I stayed around the corner from there.
I didn't know where.
You're right. That's in Manila. And it's in a real swanky area, man. It's real nice. I rented a Airbnb, a condominium, man. For $44 a night, man, it was super nice.
Well, but $44 a night here is a lot of money. I mean,
yeah,
most
but
you
in
can
Manila,
get a nice
but
room
in
for
Manila,
$20 a
yeah,
night.
but in Manila,
Way, yeah.
And it's not far from the airport either.
Yes, Tom Kelsey, I'm 61. I'll be 62 in February.
What's your birthday? February what?
24.
Oh, okay. My mother's February 8th. He said, Calvin, I found getting good quality hair clippers is really difficult.
Probably, yeah.
I see a lot of people in front of their home picking lice out of each other's heads. I'm scared to go to the barber shop.
I go to it. I'm fine. But I got to tell you, Punk and Joe, I have bought so many packets. They don't call it rid here. I have bought so many and given to people here because when I see them picking lice, I say, hey, here's some shampoo. Go use it twice. You'll be fine.
Yeah, but he's right about the clippers. You have to go to one. I guess you'd have to go to. No, I'm talking about, personal ones. Because that's what I shave with a lot of times here. I'll break out. And I can't really find a good quality one.
Punk and Joe, I'll tell you one I saw. The first Panay I had here was in remote Southern Lady. Her boys both went and stayed with her father, their grandfather. Well, they came back the next day and they had crabs. She squeezed them all out. Those poor kids were screaming and everything else. But I went and bought them some rid, but I think she already got rid of them.
All right, 102 said, can you get American sports, NFL, etc.? Yeah. Now I can because I've got that Iskandari TV app from Vic Gordon. But before, I get the highlights. I can watch the replay. Just like the other day, I watched that Gervonta Davis versus that who's the name of the Mexican guy? And the Mexican guy took it to him, man. Mexicans, man, they can box in them little weight classes like that. They're not afraid. And see, Gervonta Davis, he's used to running up against people who are scared of him. Man, this little Mexican guy, man, fought him tooth and nail. Believe it or not. I love LaChana said 83 likes. Yeah, come on, guys. Y'all know it helps us. 249 people watching, 87 likes. I mean, they're free, guys. Snoop Dogg is upset Big Pharma with his CBD gummies for pain, stress, and joint discomfort. Would it be legal?
I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't do it.
No. Do not bring that stuff over here, man. It's not America.
I wouldn't do it.
Don't do that. You may not go back. Oh, okay. YT Flavor said Wolfgang's has the best steak in Manila, but it's super expensive. Yeah. A lot of these places, man, you go in Cebu, but man, you talking about expensive. I mean, you don't want 4,000 pesos. That's enough.
That's $80.
That's almost a whole month, really, for food. But you can go to places in Cebu and the bill, because I did it before early on, before I learned my lesson. Believe it or not.
I agree with Harold Teal there. I tell every Filipino I meet, don't use the whitening creams. Us Western guys want brown women.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand why all these racists get on my channel and they get me, but then they come over here and fall in love with brown women and they go crazy over brown women, give them all their money and everything. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't get it. That's just being stupid. He says, Calvin, when people tell you about their experience, acknowledge it. What's that mean?
I don't know. But
he doesn't understand. I guess he's saying, John, do you have a lot of times when I go back and watch these videos, I see all that I miss over here. You can't get it all, David, except what you're saying. If I wish I could read every last one. But see, if I click this, I'm way behind. I could click this, but then I'm going to ignore all these ones right here.
And that's what I try to do when I'm when Calvin's having a live stream. I try to answer the ones that can't get to. You can't get to all of them. That's impossible.
Michael Miller, gentlemen, let's just say 50-50. What is he saying about?
Well, see, we missed the other conversation, so we don't
it's
know.
true about the women in the States, not the men.
Okay, the light says Calvin's getting mad at telling the truth, the feeling, but it's not.
That's not
we
true.
Ain't got no problem.
That's not true, dude.
I give my opinion.
I'm not getting mad. I'm not getting mad because that's a narrative that's an old tired narrative that's been going around forever. The light, you're wrong about that, man. I got thousands and thousands. Do you realize that the white man over here is the minority? Stupid. I mean, y'all get on my nerves. Yeah, the white man's the minority over here. You know who's the number one people that come over here?
Chinese and Korean.
South Korean,
Japan.
Chinese, American, then Japan. So if you got a mixture of white and black with American, then the other top three are Asian. Y'all don't know what you're talking about. That's why I tell you, it's foolish what you're saying. And a lot of Filipinos, they prefer Japanese men and Chinese men. I don't know. I know why. I won't say it, but I know why they do. So don't come on here with that stuff. I'm not getting mad at him because it's not my reality. That's why I'm telling you. I push back against that ignorant stuff. That's ignorance. That's racist. It's not true. And I'm telling you that. It's not true over here.
Well, Lynn says she's guilty of using the umbrella when it's hot.
I don't even know if this light is the same light because he's getting ready to get put off my channel. He's starting stuff. White, they prefer white. No, they prefer Filipino men, if you really want to be honest.
And I don't agree with that. They prefer this.
No, they prefer Filipino men.
They prefer this. They just want a good life, that's all.
Well, if you go on Facebook, you'll see that these women are with their Filipino men. They just want to be happy.
Oh, yeah. Of course, that's what they would prefer.
Yeah, I've got a PayPal, a fellow traveler.
Already. You'll have a cigarette after all that.
And you have to understand that, YouTube created this super chats and super stickers, and I never discourage people from giving. It's their money. But yeah, I've got a PayPal account. I put it in all my videos. He said, John's a drinker, not a vlogger. Okay, he says, Rock says you don't need shots going in. You might need shots leaving the Philippines if you bring the wrong gear. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But see, I remember going to school. When I first started going to school for busing, it's the first time I ever heard of lice because I never had lice before. Mr. Tucker said February 8th is my brother's birthday. He's on his way to Korea to work on Z's album. Wow. Harold Till said, Calvin, it's better to live in a gated community with security. It just depends on what you like, Harold, because, when I get my gate put up or when people, you're going to be in a gated community, really. For most folks here, man, the Philippines is safe. I can say it's safe for me because of my lifestyle. You can be in the wrong place at the wrong time, but you got to understand, okay, the last foreigner that was actually murdered here in the Philippines and it made the paper, not the one the other day, the 41-year-old Austrian guy, but right before that, it was a gentleman who got killed. He was a Norwegian. He got killed in Bacolod. He lived in a gated community. A lot of times, those are the ones that are targeted because you got such nice houses and stuff. It's just the way I look at it. When you live in gated communities, it kind of puts a target on you. This, in my opinion. But you could talk to Pumpkin Joe. He lives in a gated community. But yeah, he got killed. He lived in a lot of those bands of robbers. See, them's the ones they target because they think they got money. Yeah, this is the guy Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Yeah, he's if he's not in the top 10, he's going to be from now on. Okay, Mr. Tucker said he liked us on his PlayStation and his phone.
Now, I went outside there to have a cigarette, and there are 7 pairs of shoes out there, but the dogs chose my one shoe to run off with. I had to get it.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
what is he saying? What's illogical? I must have missed something.
Whenever we get a break here, I got a sad story.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, both of us tell you how bad people have it here. The normal people probably, I don't know, I'd have to look it up how many, 60%, whatever, they have it pretty rough. There's a family that I've known for 2.5 years from my wife's village. Well, the husband died, okay? The woman has 2 kids. So there's no safety nets here. You're on your own. So he died. There's no income. She got a job here in St. Carlos as a helper. Her one daughter was 17. She got her a job at another house as a helper. But she has an 11-year-old child, and she asked me if I'd take her in because she just can't support her. And I think I'm going to. I went ahead and told Janessa I would do that. But I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many sad stories like that.
Yeah, it's sad.
But I told Janessa the one caveat would be that child would have to go to school.
Yeah. And I don't think they'd have a problem with that.
Well, if you want to live with me, you're going to go to school.
Yeah. I don't think they'll have a problem going to school.
Yeah, I hope
not. He said John looks sober today. Well, somebody's told John not to get drunk today.
King Arthur said, "Don't get drunk." So I mean, I've had a little bit to drink, but I'm not going to get too bad today.
What do the Filipino men think about the expat and Filipino relationships? Does it bother them? I see a YouTube channel called Mark Nowhere Man that really seems against it. He's a Filipino American. Well, maybe he does, but here they don't. They have better things to do, guys, and they know that, believe it or not, it helps the economy, number one. And there's enough women to go around. Y'all act like the foreigners are just running all over this place. There's 110 million people in the Philippines. There's very few. Chinese are the number one expats here with 400,000. If that'll give you an idea. It's not like, we're taking all the women. And besides, they have the upper hand. Go look at my video, The Fantastic 4 Inches. The Filipina, she prefers the Filipino man, not the Asian, not the black man, not the white man, the Filipino man, because he understands her. Okay, they understand each other's struggle. It was like my mother and father; they were really tight, growing up in the 60s. I can remember it because my mother knew his struggle at work and outside of the job. So yeah, she, but that's what it is. They don't mind.
What's the population in San Carlos?
Supposedly 132,000.
There might be 3 dozen foreigners here.
Yeah.
But I'll give you my take on that. I think the Filipino men hate it, but they don't say that.
Well, Roger just said, he didn't say he hated it. I asked him, I said, because I never really got no straight answer. He gave me a straight answer. He said a lot of times he looks at the Filipinos like, well, why don't you choose us? We're already here. Why them? Why not us? We're here already. And then I said, well, what do you say when you see us walking down the street? He said, well, it's just a money thing.
Well, that's one comment that my girlfriend heard a couple young Filipinos say, see what you can get when you have money. So now Harold Teal is 100% correct.
Yeah, well, everybody has preferences, John. That's what I'm saying. I did a whole video like that.
If you think that black guys can't get women here, look at Calvin, beautiful woman. But
I've been here for on and off for 12 years. It's just, if somebody has a preference, you can't hold it against. You got a preference, right? I got preferences.
Yeah, I like women.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, I
Yeah,
got a
we all
preference.
got
I don't hold that
preferences.
against them,
I
but
don't
when
either.
people come over here and say, "Oh, they prefer white men," see, that's an old tired narrative,
I don't
and it
agree with that.
discourages people from coming over here.
I
I
don't
get
agree with
that
that.
question more than any other question. Do Philippines like black guys? They like
They
men
like
who are going to
men.
treat them good, who have a good character. That's
I
what
agree.
they like. That's
I
been
agree.
my experience.
I agree.
I've been here on and off for 12 years. I've never had a woman say, "Oh, I don't like black men," and if she did, it wouldn't offend me. Okay, that's fine. You know,
Next.
it's just how it is, guys. You know, I mean, we don't want to argue about it. Roger Blue says, "Why do they prefer Japanese and Chinese?" Because, like John said, they got the teeny weeny peeny.
I just said that.
But that's what I was told.
That's probably true.
And they got money, man. They got big money. You know, a lot of times they won't marry the Filipino, but man, they'll take care of them, man, and treat them good and give them a whole lot of money.
But like Harold said, you guys come over here, you're not going to have no problems.
No, I'm not getting mad, man. I'm just saying,
No,
he says many women bleach their skin. Yeah, but you got to understand,
But
there's 55 million women here, the light. Why don't you see the light and quit generalizing? There's 55 million women over here, and the overwhelming majority of them are brown. They're not white.
And I tell every Filipino, Western guys don't like that bleach skin. I think it makes them look sick.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Unless you're a star and you can get that real treatment stuff, you look like a fool around here. You look like Casper, the friendly ghost over here.
They look sick. The skin looks kind of clammy to me. I don't like it.
I mean, it just looks strange. It's like seeing a black Chinese. That's how strange it looks to me. When you come to a brown country like the Philippines and you see somebody that white, they're whiter than you, John. You're not white. You're
being
pink.
in the sun all the time. I'm pink all the time.
Most white people are pink, and if they got a tan, they're beige. These people are white, and it doesn't look good.
Bill Ellis, big wrist, John. I don't know what he's talking about, but
I don't either.
He's a good guy. He's been with us a long time.
Yeah, he said, "Mo, when I was in the Philippines, and the ladies never cared if you were Canadian or American.
They don't care.
These are people who've never been here before, who's making all of these generalizations. I'm over here. That's why I say it's boots on the ground. I'm boots on the ground. I'm giving you the real information. If the Filipinos treated me any different than they did because of my color,
they treat me
I would not be here, man. I would not be here, guys. I'm not some fool."
Good.
He said, "Be any color and be broke and see for yourself."
That's a real good point. Well, but what about that guy that was going to burn down the house? His Filipino was supporting him. I don't know what he had going on.
Well, we don't really know that whole story.
We don't know the story. That's true.
Maybe they already split up, and she went as an OFW. No, not revenge, but then the revenge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once she got over there,
and
said, "Yeah, I can get you because, we're not married anymore. I mean, we're married, but we're not together, and I can get you in trouble."
And I will say from experience, when I broke up with a Filipino, I broke up with 6 of them. I left the island.
Yeah, the thing about it is, when it comes to that, he was married to the lady, right? They didn't get a divorce, so they probably had split up. He's in the house.
And she wants him out.
She's in the OFW. Yeah. Who do you think that they're going to believe?
Well, like this, I hear all these guys, coming up with these schemes so they can own their own land and house and business here. You're always the foreigner.
You're always going to be the foreigner.
Who's going to win? Ain't going to be you.
If you read it, you'll see where the sister and all that was telling the police, "Oh, he's a drunkard, causing trouble."
The families will turn on you.
They'll turn on you in a minute.
I said 3 seconds. Comment said it won't take them that long.
It won't even take them that long. But the part that I found strange was they said he was overstaying his visa.
I know. What's up with that?
When they said that.
Just because of COVID, he couldn't get back.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but they suspended the order to leave But I guess he must not have been paying his fees. I guess I don't know. They said he was overstaying.
Now, when I was in Bacallad, I asked them. Of course, we both have told you about the Bacallad immigration, but I asked them. I said, "Am I going to get an order to leave because mine's up April 4th?" They said, "No, we won't send you nothing." I don't know. I'm going to go with Calvin in February down to Jim again and talk to the same people he did and see what's really going on.
Yeah.
Not all immigration's offices are created equal here. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, there's no consistency.
There's no consistency in anything.
And when you have a job like at the immigration, because those people in Bacallad, it's like they don't even want to be bothered.
They don't want to be bothered.
It's like
I agree. They're polite to you.
That's your job. You're on the front line. You represent the Philippines. Really, you should have a better attitude and a better, about
they might be
yourself.
Political appointees or something. I don't know what the deal is.
I don't know what it is either.
I went to the immigration in Lapu, and they treated me totally different. They were very helpful and bend over backwards.
Yeah, but remember, John, this guy's right. He said, "Don't do it, John, but do it legally. Don't just take that little girl to your house."
I know.
You better do that. And I'm glad you brought this up.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense because I'm gonna tell you, he says
he's right.
Yeah,
he's right.
I think you better, go through if you're gonna do that, let Janessa go through and
none of me.
Yeah, and adopt her.
I agree.
Don't just move her in there like that. Oh my God.
But I tell you what, though, someone comes to you, you've known for 2 years, and they're good people, and says, I just can't take care of my child. Would you help me? I mean, like Calvin said, I'm a cheap ass, but when it comes to something like that,
or maybe she could live with somebody in the village, and you could sponsor her.
Well, maybe that'd be the thing to do.
That'd probably be the thing to do.
Of course, they'd want me to sponsor the whole family just for her, but you know how that stuff works.
See, this is what I say all the time, fellow traveler. But for some reason, people think there's just so many people over here. When the Philippines was booming at its highest, every year it's getting up. 2019, only 8 million visitors.
But out of that 8 million, how many were Americans?
Yeah, and how many were single?
4,000?
How many were gay? How many were women?
Like he said, China's number one.
No, South Korea is number one.
I thought China was.
No,
okay.
South Korea.
Well, okay, China got to be 2.
China's 2, America's 3, Japan is 4.
They probably take 50 or 60% of that.
But twice as many South Koreans come here as Americans. Okay, but I've already said this when I first started my channel.
Oh, and that's right.
Only a small fraction, and those are the ones that you see. Majority of those are the ones you see on the dating sites. They've already said, okay, I'm willing to date a foreigner, but most of them don't date a foreigner. There's not enough of us to go around. So why would
we are in demand?
So if you want to have a family and fall in love, your best shot is going to be with another Filipino, not a foreigner. It's not enough of us over here. Very small percentage of us over here versus 100 and 10 million or whatever it is. Well, I don't know what he's talking about here. I'm not talking about academic.
Could you both discuss the scholarships? I don't know anything about
I don't know anything about what he's saying. I don't know anything about that.
I don't either. But I will tell you, birth certificate is a big deal here. In my past, before I came to San Carlos, if you don't have a birth certificate, you cannot go to school. Many do not have birth certificates here. One child, I went and got a birth certificate for. It took me about 70 hours of standing at the PSA and other government agencies. They were born in a hospital. It was relatively easy, even though I spent about 70 hours doing it. The second one was 9 years old, never been to school because no birth certificate. I tried and tried. I ended up paying a fixer for it. Okay. But so.
He said, Harvey Garner said, how would a Filipino be happy with it? Said, they'll say they'll like it, but they don't.
Well, if you got an older Filipino, I think they would. I think they'd be okay with that.
I don't know. In my experience, I've seen it. I've seen it in America. Okay, one of my wives, they went to their class together, and they flew over here together. Okay.
What's that class? I
I
missed
keep
that one.
forgetting and I didn't
We'll talk
look
about
it
that
up.
later.
But anyway, it's the class that they have to take. That they
Oh,
warn
like a
you.
citizenship class, or is
No,
there?
it's like an orientation
Okay.
that you have to take before they sign off on the visa. Well, anyway, her American boyfriend came over here. He was only over here for 4 days. Okay. That was a red flag to me, and they didn't have sex. She thought he was such a gentleman, right? Oh, he's such
We're
a
not
gentleman. He
gentlemen.
respected me.
We're not
He didn't
gentlemen.
try anything the whole 4 days he's over here.
That's a red flag.
Come to find out, the guy's got type 2 diabetes. He's on medication that won't let him get hard. Now she's miserable over there. They're
How
fighting.
old is she, though?
She's 36.
Well, I would say if you get a 50-year-old Filipino here, they'd probably treat
Yeah.
you great.
Who wants a 50-year-old Filipino unless you're 80?
But if you can't have sex, who cares? You just want somebody to take care of you.
Yeah.
You will get a good one. That helper that came over to do the clothes for us.
But she's going to get it somewhere else. She might not get it from you.
Well,
You know.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, women ain't going to go without.
Well,
no
young
sex.
one will. Buy her a vibrator or something.
Yeah, they're going to want. They're human beings. I mean, why in the world would a woman, a healthy, vibrant woman, want to go? Sex is as natural as breathing.
And I think the people here understand that more than what the people in
Of
the
course,
US do.
of course. We're so conservative. Man, I'm going to tell you, we think we're ahead of the world in a lot of stuff. Man, it's a delusion. Man, we're way behind.
We're just richer.
We're
That's
still
all.
afraid of a naked body over there in America.
I see Tom Kelsey's here. Good to see you, buddy. How's that
Yeah.
Dove soap working out for your hair? Well, he said since he saw me that he's been doing it, it works great. It really does. I'll never buy shampoo again.
Yeah. David Tesser says, Philippines is a gay paradise.
Yes, it is. I don't understand why more gay men,
Well, they
Westerners,
do.
don't come
Well,
here. Maybe they do, and
they
I
are
don't know.
now. They are now. I did a video on that.
Now,
See, it's called Don't Call Me That. I had to change the title. It was called Don't Call Me a Sex Pack. And in the video, I'm telling about Western men, we are the only ones who get attacked for coming over here. Women, Western women and gay people that come over here, and they're coming over here in droves now. They get a pass. They don't get scrutinized or anything. Okay, only the men. Oh, you're going over here, you're taking advantage of them women. Oh, you're doing this, you're doing it. You're a sex pack.
Nobody takes advantage
but
of
they
you
don't
but
call
yourself.
They don't call gay men and lesbians that come over here sex packs. They don't call women sex packs. Or, pat packs.
It should be a paradise. I read a government study by the Philippine government. It said 15% of men have had sex with other men here. So that, I don't know if that means 50% are gay or not, but that's what I read. So it's here and it's accepted. So
Yeah.
no stigma. Nobody cares.
Well, they're way ahead of us with that. Now it's tolerated. It's not accepted. If it was accepted, there would be laws here. There's no laws. As a matter of fact, the laws are against it because of the Catholic Church. It's tolerated, John. It's not accepted.
No, I agree with him. It's tolerated, but I've had people say, like with a lady boy son or cousin or whatever, say, I don't agree with that, but hey, it's what they want to do. So yes, you're right. It's tolerated.
It's tolerated. If it was accepted like it is in America, there'd be laws. You can't get married over here. 2 women can't get married. 2 men can't get married. You can't do any of that stuff like that.
Now the Orchard King says, "Say, John, why didn't you give the mother and the girl
a
monthly amount?" I hate to make people dependent on me. The mother's working as a helper here, but she can't have her kid there. So I don't know.
Well, why don't you just pay the money to send her to school or something?
Oh, I'll do that.
Something
no
like that, But remember, every time you help somebody, it doesn't mean they become dependent on you. Not 100% of the time. Some people just need that little added push to get them over. A loan, a job.
This situation, this woman, she's going to have to work for the rest of her life. The child's 11, so that means at least 7 more years.
Yeah. And food,
Rock's probably right.
Now, now he's not probably right. He is right.
Is that what it
This
is?
is what I've been saying over and over and over. When I say 3.5%, they say, "Oh no, that's too low, Calvin." No, it's not, man. It's true. The people whose job it is to keep up with these figures, they said it, not me. 3.5%, and a Filipina is 7 times more likely to marry a foreigner than a Filipino man.
Oh,
they're the ones who are really. They take up about 3%, and then the man takes up about 5%. And the top 3 women who are coming over here dating, marrying, and screwing these Filipino men: Australia #1, America #2, and Canada #3.
Don't have China or South Korea or Japan in that
No,
at all.
it's the
Isn't
West.
that
It's the
amazing?
West. But you would know it
Isn't
unless
that
it was
amazing?
somebody like me. Because I mean, you see so many women, American women over here. You be like, I used to give them, because you're in San Carlos. I lived in Cebu for 2 years. You see it, and you give them a benefit of doubt. You say, well, she's a missionary, or
I see
she
that here.
works for the Environmental Protection Agency, or she's a professor at the college. No, they're over here dating these men. Wearing them sexy bikinis on. Go to Siquijor Island. Go down there and do Dumaguete. You'll see it. Go on Siquijor Island, man. They're sexy as hell. You be like, man, they ain't over here on vacation. Why in the world would somebody come 18 hours to go on vacation?
Okay, I got one last story. I got one last story I'll tell you today. Now, I moved into Calvin's old house. He told me that neighbors have dogs and sometimes it stinks. He says sometimes the water goes off the roof, sometimes leak, which it hasn't rained here that much. So I haven't seen the roof leak yet, but the water has gone off a lot. But he never told me about the neighbors 2 houses down that have leech on. They butchered a pig the other day.
Oh, they did?
I'm not a member of PETA. I grew up on a farm. But I tell you what, they tortured that damn pig. For 40 minutes, I heard that thing going.
Because they don't know what they're doing.
Well, I think maybe they keep the blood. They take every part and use it. I think I wanted to bleed it out slow instead of getting it over. I tell you, I came that close about 3 times to go down and say, I'll kill that damn thing for you.
Now, they don't know what they're doing, John, because
that was horrible.
I've seen it done so many. I've seen it done so many times. You don't have to let them bleed slow. They got that damn bucket right there waiting.
I don't know what their deal was. It went on for 40 minutes.
The ones who really do it, they go ahead and tie the pig up, slit the throat, and have the bucket there collect the blood. I don't know what they were doing. I went down there myself.
Well, like I said,
I can't even deal with it. I can't deal with it.
I mean, I don't agree with torturing anything. You want to kill it, kill it. You want to kill a human, kill him. Don't torture him.
See, these are the type of people here. Read this. We're not going to read it, but I just want you to look at it. Read it silently. These are the type of people that come on here and want to start trouble. Now, why would we talk about President Obama?
He's gone.
He's not the president anymore.
He's gone.
What difference
Trump's
does it
gone.
make?
It's only what's going on now.
What happened during that visit?
I don't know.
Really? Who cares?
I'm more interested in what happened to the Beatles here on their visit.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, man, it was bad.
I know.
It was bad.
But
you want to read that book? I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, yeah.
You would really like it, John.
I'm sure it would.
I mean, it's really an interesting book. But yeah, I mean, that's the type of stuff nobody wants to talk about. Who cares about that?
He's gone. He's been gone for a long time.
Yeah. And it's not what he said. Duterte wasn't listening. I tell you that. That's why I like Duterte.
I do too.
He said, I heard that there's a fixer for everything. Is that true? Yeah, but now they've got this program, man. You know, they'll tell you don't fool with them fixers.
From the old expats, like my neighbor's been here like 20 years, and the other one's been here for a long time. They say, in the old days, yes. Now, don't waste your time with them. Is what they tell me.
Yeah.
But there are still fixers here.
Yeah, there's still fixers here. But if they screw you around, you have no recourse.
Yeah.
You can't go back and say, hey,
right.
Because they're going to say, we told you don't deal with fixers.
I give you 5,000 pesos to say you make my driver's license. You don't do it. What are you going to do?
Yeah. You know, now, do you do favors like, okay, we gave trust me, my electric wouldn't be on if we didn't give the guy 1,000 pesos.
And I'll back that one up after he's done.
And then we gave the workers who came over here, who's their job to do that. We gave them another 600 pesos. It wouldn't have got done, but they're not fixers.
My neighbor at my old apartment has a house here, not very far from here. It took him almost 4 months to get his electric on. And he paid all his fees and everything up front. It only took Calvin 2 months. There's a difference there.
Yeah, it would have took longer. Henry Peterson says it's possible to have a life as a foreign single man out there. Absolutely. Yeah. Thinking of ordinary relationships with the people, need a time out for relationship, but can see many benefits from the Philippines. Absolutely. And that's one thing, Henry, that I said if I could do it all over again, I would have done. I would have took a time out from relationships. A lot of us are getting out of relationships. I mean, relationships where you're living with somebody, man. You know, I really need a break. I need a break. That's just me. Everybody's different. But yeah, you're right, man. You can do that. Because most of us come over here, we're getting out of a bad relationship, and we jump right back in as if the woman's going to save you. She's not going to save you, man.
You got to save yourself. I agree.
Yeah, they're not from outer space. They're going to do the same stupid stuff that they do over there. He says, exactly. She's going to get it from somewhere else.
But if you get one that's been through menopause, I don't think it'd be a problem. I really don't. But that's me.
Yeah, but how you gonna figure that one out, though,
Ask them.
You gonna keep asking and asking.
Well, I'd ask one time in the beginning. Yeah. If I can't have sex with you, you okay with that? And if she says yes,
they're gonna say yeah.
But then I say later, if I caught her, you're out of here because I asked you. Now, that's one thing. With all 7 of the Panites I dated here, I went to their mother and father, sometimes their grandparents, and said, "Can I date your granddaughter or daughter?" Many times I was older than grandparents. Every one of them said yes. If they said no, I'd leave. And that's what I say. Okay, don't complain later.
Yeah, I love Johnson. John, I bet plenty of gay men go to the Philippines. It does. They just don't advertise their orientation. Right.
They should.
I met, and I told y'all this story many times. When I was in Zamboanga, there's a lady boy who lives in the squatters area where I was living, who has a German boyfriend. Well, the German boyfriend just looks like a regular man. You think he's just an expat, but he's not. He's a gay man.
Now in San Carlos, I've only seen one man foreigner with a boy girl, and I could tell it was a boy girl. I could even tell, and that's the only one I've seen. I haven't seen him for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, he says more an American issue cap. I know. And that's why I came to the Philippines to get away from that. We're obsessed with race over there, guys.
And don't bring that with you when you come here.
Don't come over here with that stuff. I just did a video on that, man. Y'all sick with that stuff.
I'm sick of that
Only in America, and they got this stuff called black and white, okay? But they don't call Filipinos or Asians. They call Latinos. They call Filipinos.
Imagine that.
Japanese,
I can't wait for the day that in U.S.
I'm a black man, though.
No, but see, I can't wait till we're all Americans.
Yeah, we're obsessed with that. And that's why I moved. That's the number one reason I moved over here. Because I was this close to snapping. It's better to see me on YouTube than to see me on the evening news. It's that simple. I was this close, and I don't care if you believe it or not, to going off over there. Y'all sick, man, over there with that stuff. Don't bring it over here, man. I won't entertain it.
I won't either.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I made a video on it, man. Just the other day. No racist stuff, man, over here. Filipinos ain't with that. Discrimination, yeah. Racism, no.
Well,
absolutely not.
Here, but no,
that's discrimination.
Yes. You want to tell them how they patch the roads here?
Go
I don't know
ahead.
if we can describe it. Okay, so yesterday I was walking down one of our main streets here. I saw a pile of burnt up wood and piles of gravel on the sidewalk. Why was somebody cooking here? Well, a little further down, I found out what they were. They were patching the road with asphalt. They had a 55-gallon bucket of tar on blocks. They build wood fires under it. They take that tar. Now, Calvin, I think he's got the right idea. They pour that tar into the cracks or the potholes, then put gravel in. They do it with a wood fire.
Yeah. Now, he says how many are shacked up with foreigners. That's a real number. See, you didn't hear what I said.
There will be some.
There's not a lot of foreigners over here. He acts like the Philippines is just flooded with foreigners.
Well, Dumaguete is.
But it's not, though, I mean.
4,000 down there.
But you got to realize.
And what's our population?
400,000.
400,000. So there's only 4,000 there. So
that's 1%.
And to me, when I get down there, I see all kinds of foreigners.
Yeah, that's 1%. Okay.
So
That's 1%.
So if you go anywhere else, there's not that many.
And that's what they don't understand. They think like the Philippines just cross. This isn't Thailand where there's 40 million.
That's amazing, that difference.
It's 40 million, but here's the big difference, John. Thailand only has 69 million
and we got
residents.
110 here.
And okay,
Wow.
you got 69 million residents, 40 million visitors. Man, that's a lot. That's a big difference.
I think I'll stay in the Philippines.
I think I'll stay in the Philippines. Infrastructure and all.
So don't start on that infrastructure.
Yeah. I said infrastructure or not. Yeah. Guess who's back?
We're talking about
Daryl.
Buck?
No, Daryl.
Well, Daryl's always with us.
No, he was on his way home from work.
Oh, okay.
45-minute ride from the hamster wheel. He said Obama had a boyfriend. That why he business. Yeah.
This be the place to come to get
But
one.
I mean, why would you bring that up on my channel if it's not some racist foolishness? You know, that's all it is.
He's gone.
I mean, what good? What I mean, it's
He's
so
gone.
crazy
Trump's gone. It's
that
gone.
you would think. Who cares about why Obama was here? I was here when he was here.
I see Yosef on there, and
Yeah.
not Yosef's comment. He had one of your live streams saying, "How can you deal with seeing all the poverty here?" And I tell you what, it is hard. Calvin, when he made that video showing you around, that's not very far from his house, and that's how most people live, if not worse. It is hard. I mean, you get immune to it after a while. I'm from the hills of West Virginia. I grew up in poverty. I saw it all my life. But I've never seen poverty like I have here.
Yeah, you see it a lot. But I hope you don't get immune to it.
Oh,
I hope that you try to, like you join that men's group. They help.
They do a
help
lot of
people.
They
do a lot of work. Do something like that.
There's a group of guys in Dumageddon. I don't know, they have maybe 20 members, and they go out and help. But one of the things they did, they bought high school kids soccer uniforms and shoes. I said, at that time I lived in the squatters area. I said, I live in a squatter area where kids don't have shoes. I'd rather buy kids that don't have shoes. So we'll see how that works out.
Let's see. Okay, Tom, I think Tom got to go jump
Later,
on
buddy.
Jump on that hamster wheel in the morning.
We appreciate you.
Thomas H. says, John, you're killing me.
Well, I tell you, I appreciate you guys watching. If I can help one person avoid one mistake I made, it's worth it to me.
He says, I have to leave this mess. That's why I left. I left in 2018, and I have no regrets.
Was he mean the mess in the U.S. or the mess in our show?
Yeah. No, he's talking about the mess in the United States. Relationships either good or bad carry with them a certain level of stress.
And
stress of maintaining them and the stress of losing them.
Every relationship is a gamble.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
No, I didn't have a hard American life. I grew up, we had more love than money, and I'm so glad for that. I was brought up, man, with love and compassion, and I've been from the time I've joined the United States Navy, served my country for 4 years and got out, I've never had a good job. I've only had great jobs. When I left to come over to the Philippines, I left behind a 6-figure income. It's more than money to me. The quality of life for me is better over here. No, I didn't grow up hard.
I did.
You know, I didn't grow up hard. Yeah, did we have some hard times? Yeah, what's your son?
I see John W. My son John W. is on here. Hey, buddy, I love you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, they keep the race nonsense going.
Well, the politicians do it to divide us so they can win. That's my opinion.
I mean, because it's all junk science. It's all it is. You know, your skin doesn't make you better.
We all came from Africa. They already proven it.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Roger. He says, happy 24,000, brother. Yeah, and I just want to take a minute. I put it on my community page, man. And thanks, everybody. We just surpassed 24,000 subscribers, man. It still amazes me, John.
Well, Roger, I have something I want to say. A lot of our viewers here saw Esmeralda on here. Please quit having her exercise outside in those short shorts. That's hell. I'm going to go to the Bronchi Captain if you keep doing it. I'm just kidding, of course.
Mm-hmm. Well, we and John was talking about this today. They're not really mandatory, but they're mandatory.
But they're mandatory.
They're pushing. Pretty soon it's going to be mandatory.
Right
well,
now,
to get over here, yeah.
But right now, my wife Janessa cannot go to the public market. You know why? Because no vaccine. She can't go across the borders. You know why? No vaccine. There are some people saying they want to make it you cannot leave your house without a vaccine. So yes, they don't play here like they do in the U.S.
Yeah,
you're going to get it.
They don't play.
You're going to get it.
To their credit, though, the minute they put their foot down, you see how things improved over here. When they said, look, this is the Philippines, we have to have you vaccinated. Now in Cebu City, now you go see how big Cebu is.
Which
a major city, 92%. They're going for 100%.
They'll get it. You can't go nowhere unless you get it. You don't have to, but guess what?
They're already at herd immunity. You don't need 100% to be at herd immunity. Believe it or not. They said, can I pay you a consultant fee? Man, come on over here to help me come there. I've never been out of the USA. See, I wouldn't accept it.
I wouldn't either.
But here's what I would tell you. The Philippines, if you're going to come out of the country for the first time, it's probably one of the easiest places to come to. If you're an American, well, he says USA, because the signage is here, the language is here.
The language is
have a love affair with America. You know.
The language is a biggie.
And that's what makes it so easy. And the people are going to leave you alone. Nobody's going to bother you. Once you get away from that airport, you're going to be fine. In Manila, by the way.
Just watching us is the consultant fee.
Yeah. You know, and I was thinking about this today, Edward, and I said to myself, we can't have it both ways. Either we want the government to stay out of our business, or we want them to be in our business.
Well, they stay out of your business here, I'll tell you that.
You know, you can't have it both ways. I mean, the thing about it here is they don't have the tax base that we have in America. You're not in America. You can't depend on the government here if 60% of your population is earning less than $2 a day.
$2
under the table. They're not paying any taxes. So but the Philippines, to give them credit, man, they got a lot of money over here. This is not a third world country y'all think it is, man. When you get over here, you're gonna see they've got a lot of money over here. First of all, a lot of it came from the United States. When the United States turned over, gave the Philippines back their sovereignty, billions and billions and billions of dollars the United States gave them.
I see Buck says as soon as they open.
After the ticket prices
go down.
Yeah. He said, I would like to hang out with you too. Come on over
here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, get simple, he says. You won't regret it. That's right.
Derek.
I don't know why I can't get this.
I grew up in Appalachia, so I've seen it, but it's even worse here.
He said, want to forget that feeling you get when you first see extreme poverty. That's the only feeling that will ever do anything to help people out of poverty. Yeah, and that's true. That's why I say that you can't change the Philippines, but the Philippines will change you. If you leave here and you're not changed, you're just some hardened.
You don't have a heart.
You don't have a heart, man.
But the problem is, as much as you personally can help, there's so much more. I mean, you can't help all.
Richard Roque, he said, hey, Calvin, one of your other subscribers.
Show me your guns, Calvin.
You video yourself doing home workout. Are you still doing that? Yeah. Now my damn wrists are sore because when I fell off my bike, I instinctively put my wrist out there.
You didn't tell me about the bike wreck.
Yeah.
You weren't hitting some of my
No, what I did was I was carrying my yoga mat, and I got the bright idea, let me hang it on my handlebars instead of hanging it on my back. Well, I wasn't paying attention. It got stuck in my spokes.
Oh, man. Shit.
And it flipped me over. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. He said, okay, I want to know when you are going. I would like to meet up with you and John and Calvin.
We're in St. Carlos City. meet up with you. I think it'd be fun.
Harold Till says, retirement in the Philippines is about a woman. That's just a bonus. Retirement is about the individual for personal happiness and freedom to see the difference. Yeah, and you're going to get a cost of living raise the minute you get off the plane. But you have to know how to use it. And it's going to take a while to get out of your head and stop doing the exchange and start dealing in pesos.
Just add a zero. Dollars. Just add a zero. 100 pesos is like 100 bucks.
Because if you don't.
But Harold, I'll tell you, I'll be honest. I came for the women. I didn't come for any other reason. Everything else is a side benefit to me. Yeah,
Mark, he said, congrats, Cal, on hitting the 24,000. Now go get that 25,000. Yeah, that's my goal by Christmas. I'm saying, when I look around me, because, YouTube guys don't, and I tell this to new guys who just now started out and they ask me my opinion. It's just a popularity contest. Don't get caught up on your subscribers. YouTube rewards you based on your views. Work on your content and, do what you can do and let everything else take care of itself, man. But it's just a popularity contest. When I look around me and I see some of these vloggers, they got 40,000, 35,000. I'm like, well, what am I doing wrong? But it's not me. I can't. 44% of my viewers are unsubscribers. So as long as they're watching my content, it really doesn't matter if they subscribe. It's not going to affect my bottom line. But yeah, I'm overwhelmed, man. I can't believe it, really. I never saw this coming, man. But now that it's picked up steam, why am I not 100,000? That way I can help more people, really. He said, congratulations, Calvin. Best to you. Given the nitty gritty, we are coming there. We need the nitty gritty. Yeah, absolutely. It's not going to do you any good if I only sugarcoat it, because it's easy to do. It's easy to sugarcoat this place, man. You see it all the time. All I have to do is go to Boracay, hang around Bahal, and places like that, and just sit around with my camera all day and catch all the sweetness walking by. And you'll be like, man, I'm coming over here. But the minute you come over here and all hell breaks loose, then you're going to like, this guy, he didn't tell me anything about that. One of the women that I interviewed, I ain't going to tell you which one it is, but one that I really thought was innocent. Come to find out, now she's got a boyfriend that's coming over here. I heard he was in Manila already. I'm thinking, like, how did he get in? But anyway, but she's got a sugar daddy and the baby's father she's still dealing with. See, this is stuff I've got to share with you because you cannot trust that sweet, cute face. They look so innocent, man. You don't realize there's a lot going on behind that. And if you put yourself in their shoes, then you could probably understand it more. But yeah, it's more to what's going on, man, than you think it is. He says, save your consulting fee and cash it in for a tune-up fee. Yeah, and that's even cheaper. He said, I've been thinking about consulting business like that for a while. But see, here's the thing, man. If you help people, Michael, you're going to get it back more anyway. See, I started out helping people long before my YouTube channel. My Facebook, my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page started first, where I was giving, sacrificing 1,000 pesos a week out of my savings. That's how all this came about. Had I not started helping people, see, it's a universal law, man. It's not something I'm making up. It's the same as if I throw this damn thing in the air. It's going to come down. Why? The law of gravity. Does it matter if I'm black or white? Doesn't matter who throws this up in the air, it's going to come back down. Whether you got a college degree or whether you ever went to school at all. No, it doesn't matter. Because of the law of gravity. Once it leaves your hand, the law of gravity kicks in. It's the same thing with helping other people. The minute you get it in your mind that you're going to help somebody without expecting anything in return, the law takes over and rewards you 100 times, sometimes 1,000 times what your sacrifice. And that's been my experience, man. My wife, before she went back to America, thought I was crazy. She said, "You can't keep that up. You're gonna go broke over here." I said, "Well, I'm gonna follow the law." And look at what happened. Here's somebody else talking about the vaccines. He says, "I guess I'm not visiting the Philippines because those vaccines aren't what you think they are."
Well, I thought that's your choice. That's your choice.
Yeah, come on, guys. Well, we've already got an expat city. Yeah, you go up there to Olongapo, Angeles City, places like that. It basically, I don't entertain this stuff, Matt. This vaccine stuff, man, we know enough now. To say that would be to say all those people, to just spit on the grave of all those people that died. I won't do it.
I mean, a lot of people think I'm, this conservative redneck. I'm not. I'm actually a libertarian. It's up to you. But I tell you what, you get it and die, I'm not going to feel sorry for you.
Yeah, and then you don't know what's in the cup of coffee you drank this morning. But you're going to talk about but you'll pull a woman's pants down and lick her behind, but you won't want to take the vaccine. How stupid is that?
I do both. And enjoy it.
Yeah, here's this guy. You don't understand. Unemployment, poverty doesn't make it a third world country.
Okay.
The Philippines has the 27th, Big D, biggest economy in the world. And this was pre-pandemic. The Philippines economy is somewhere in between a developed country and developing. It's not a third world country. If you've been living here for so long, man, if you've been to a true third world country, you're going to tell me the Philippines and Haiti is the same?
I've never been to Haiti.
The Philippines economy is similar to South Africa, Brazil, a lot of different places like that, man.
I tell you, I don't see that much difference between living here and Mexico as far as the poverty goes.
Go up, Big D, what part of the United States are you from? Go up in Appalachia somewhere. Go in some of these ghettos over in America and then tell me what's going on. See, you guys, man, y'all need to know.
He's a good guy. He's been with us a long time.
No, he takes some shots.
Yeah,
believe it or not, at me.
He's loud.
Yeah, he takes some shots at me.
Leave him alone.
The point I'm trying to make is third world poverty everywhere. If it's in the United States, surely it's going to be over here. Who labels these countries anyway?
Well, originally the third world country were countries that were not aligned with either the Soviet Union or the U.S.
Thank you.
Philippines was always aligned with the U.S., so they were never a third world country.
When you see third world poverty over here. But you see, I've been around the world as a member of the United States Navy and also on my own. There's third world poverty everywhere I've been.
Yeah, well.
That I've been. I haven't been to Iceland, and I don't want to go. Okay.
I like to see the volcanoes up there.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I mean, he lives here though. He lives here though. Yeah. But he's always putting the Philippines down. Well, go back home, wherever you're from, Big D. I'm sorry. He's always putting the Philippines down, but he's sitting here reaping the rewards of the place. Them are the ones that the other guys that I tell you about, those are the ones that, that get on my nerves. They sit around, complain all the time, talk about the place and put it down. But you sitting back with a young, beautiful Filipino living the life of your dreams. And you can't say one good thing. Let's twist his arm and make him say one good thing about the Philippines.
Okay.
Come on, D.
Mr.
Say one
D,
good thing about the Philippines.
What do you like the most about the Philippines? What do you hate the most?
Yeah. He said, it's a comedy show. Yeah, it is a comedy show. I mean, it's entertaining.
We are who we are. I know I'm who I am.
Where's the real? He said, I'd rather have the real Bobby G in here than some troll.
Oh,
okay, good, yeah. But see, the Beach of Life, he be on it, man. He's a great moderator. I'm going to tell you that right now. He said, Moonshine, you a trip.
Yeah, I'm just me.
It's called Boost Her Shot. That's what he said.
John, you mentioned you had several islands. Okay, we'll get that one now.
Yeah,
Licking.
Yeah, that's right. He's worrying about what's in the vaccine. He don't know what that woman ate last night.
Yeah.
They'll lick a booty hole, but they won't take a vaccine shot. How stupid is that?
Surface Maximus, Southern lady, I was told there was a price on my head, and it was only like 200 pesos, which is $4.
And that's easy. But see, that's easy to do over here, to get in trouble like that.
Yeah. There's A.C. King. He's a good guy.
If you live in a dog-eat-dog world of poverty, okay, and it's hard to all of a sudden become purity-driven. So poverty will make good people do bad things. Young women are not exempt, and that's anywhere you go. The thing that I'm trying to, see, you make a good point here. You got 4 million in America. Okay, if this isn't some third world shit, and I'm gonna say that because it makes me mad. 4 million have more wealth than the bottom 150 million people in America. That's some third world stuff. I don't care what you call it.
But here's the worst part: there's only 2 men here that probably have all the wealth.
Well, no.
S&M got most of it.
Yeah, but you got to realize there's a lot of rich people here. He's not even the richest man in the world. Manny Villar. No, I mean in the Philippines. Manny Villar is. He's a pure Filipino.
Out there.
He's not even
Chinese.
The SM guy was half Chinese. But I'm just saying that's some third world stuff. He says, well, you haven't been to Kentucky. He said, West Virginia is the only place I've ever seen people walking barefoot in the public restroom.
Philip Rogers, I did not have my own pair of shoes till I was 6 years old. Now, I had shoes, but it was somebody else's.
But see, I used to call people like that. These are people that Bush doesn't want you to see because it messes up their narrative. Whenever you talk about race, man, you got to be really stupid. And you really got to believe some crazy stuff to believe that the skin color makes you better, more entitled than somebody else, more intelligent. Because I've seen, as an insurance agent, I've been all around the state of Kentucky, which, by the way, is one of the poorest states. But guess what? It's only 8% black. So explain that one to me if you want to talk about race. But we don't want to do that, guys.
West Virginia and Mississippi always tie for first for the poorest and the worst education. West Virginia don't have very many black people in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But, when you start talking about that, then they want to change the subject.
Buffalo Dan, thank you, buddy.
What's he talking about?
About the true definition of a third world country. But
But
our language changes. Now a third world country means a poor country. It's just like gay in U.S. 100 years ago meant happy. Now it means, a homosexual.
But it's the same as the Middle East. That term came about during World War II because they didn't want to say Africa. They didn't want to say Africa.
They used to call it Near East, Far East.
Yeah, but it's Northern Africa is all it is. That's all it is, guys.
World's changed.
They put that stuff out there. He said, hey, Will Mack, thanks for the super chat. He said, I closed my second property September 2nd. 3 more to go, then I'm there, Cal. I believe that. Wow. That's good stuff, man.
Well, wait. He closed his second property
his second
where?
Property.
Here?
No, in America.
Oh, okay.
I think he's selling off everything.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, okay. He said, Brother Cal, I'm no longer on the hamster wheel. I just got some cattle I got to take care of. I'm retired. Wow, Ford Motor Company. I hear you, Tom.
I tell you, Tom, Cincinnati, that's beautiful country as far as
I lived there from 1984 to 1990. I loved it. They got some of the best chili and stuff like that.
You know what? Skyline Chili, I worked with a guy in Northern Ohio, 17 years. I heard him say Skyline Chili, Skyline Chili. I went and got it. I threw it away. I didn't like it. But hey, everybody's different. But I do like Grater's ice cream out of Cincinnati. That's the best. Yeah,
they've got one at the casino in in Indiana now. Mm-hmm. I love it too. Yeah, I love ice cream. Rock TV says every man is either looking for a woman, trying to keep one happy, or trying to get away from one. Sometimes we are doing all three at the same time. Yeah, see, this is the type of common sense I like on here.
That's true.
Not this. Everybody has to be the exception. If I say Everybody's Filipino has to be the exception. If I say, Filipinos, they want us initially for, the Holy Trilogy. Somebody said, oh, well, I didn't meet, not mine. She wants me for me. But it's really just the fact, guys. So get over it. Yeah, the Ayala family, it's a lot of people. Yeah, he says third world has too many. John gave us one brilliant one.
That was the original definition. The only real third world countries were like some of the countries in Africa and India. Everybody else
I'm going to read these guys from 11:11 a.m. That's supposed to mean something, 11:11.
I don't know.
He said, that's right, Rock TV. He said, I heard that's what they're teaching in schools now, that white people are superior and are privileged. Now, hell, they've been doing that.
Well,
Christopher Columbus discovered America. Give me a break.
The Indians knew it was here.
But here's the crazy thing about that, John. Christopher Columbus never set foot in North America.
That's right.
He never even glimpsed it. Right. But they keep on telling that lie over and over.
I think he landed in Haiti, I think.
Somewhere around there in the
Caribbean,
what we call. He never stepped foot in North America. Never even saw it. John, how do you access your money in the Philippines?
Okay, fellow traveler. I was told by my bank, it was a small regional bank in Tennessee. I went to them and I said, hey, I'm going to the Philippines. I need to get money. I know there's a BDO down in Nashville, which is 24 miles from me. I'll go down there if you can't help me. The manager, of course, the banks in the U.S. treat you so much different than here. I had quite a bit of money in the bank time. Well, he went and had his secretary get me a cup of coffee, and we'll talk about this. He said, no problem. You can take money from our bank, put it in the Bank of the Philippines. He goes, all you have to do is have an app on your phone. I said, well, I don't know how to put apps on. He got his secretary to put the app on. Oh, you're set. Yeah, I was all set until I went to try it. It wouldn't work. I called the corporate office. They said, only in the U.S. You can't do foreign exchanges. So I have to use Western Union bank-to-bank transfer. And when I go back at the first part of next year, I'm going to try to get that all straightened up.
Yeah, I use bank-to-bank, but I don't go through Western Union like you do.
Well,
I
your
just
bank
go
will
from one
transfer.
bank,
See, mine
Fifth
won't.
Third Bank in America over to PNB Bank over here. And I can do, of course, I don't have this account money. I can do up to $5,000 a day.
A day?
A day.
That's something else. They did tell me I could only do $2,500 a week, but I said, hell, I'm going to the Philippines. That's more than enough.
Hey, Cal, are there any Latinos where you live or that you chill with? I only met one Latino guy. I met him in, it was about a year ago, man. Time flies so fast because it was close to Christmas last year. I mean, when the pandemic was really wearing up over here. And don't you know, man, this guy, he came up and hugged me. He was from LA.
Where was that at? Here?
Yeah, it was in Savemore.
I haven't met him.
Yeah, because we were pushing out. He had two Filipinos with him. I was by myself. And I'm pushing my cart. He comes by me. He says, hey, man, where you from? I said, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. He said, I'm from LA. And, man, he hugged me, man.
But, Robert, let me tell you one thing. If you're a Latino, they won't know any difference.
Yeah,
you're not a Filipino.
Yeah, until you open your mouth.
Until you speak, yeah. I Googled pictures of Mexicans, and I got my wife, Janessa. I said, hey, Janessa, who's this here? And I started showing her pictures. She goes, they're Filipinos. I said, no, that's people in Mexico. Look very similar.
He said to me, yeah, right. They came up with that stupid name. They know good and well the Middle East is not Africa. WKRP in Cincinnati. Yeah, where's your Middle West? That's what he said.
Yeah.
You got your Middle East. Where's your Middle West? Where's your Middle North and where's your Middle South? Anywhere but Africa. Yeah. Who knows? That was foolishness. He said, Skyline chili is trash, very underrated, very overrated.
I threw mine away, Jay.
But I like Gold Star, but I'm going to tell you why I don't eat Skyline chili. It's because a friend of mine, and we were young, in our 20s, and he was working there as a dishwasher. And the first day, he dropped a tray of dishes, broke all the dishes, because they use real dishware there. And the lady said, oh, don't worry about it, Kent. We're not going to take it out of your pay. Okay. Well, he gets his paycheck, $5 he gets for working 2 weeks, right? Oh, he's heated. So guess what he does? He's in the back. Nobody's around. He pisses in a whole vat of Skyline Chili and sat there and watched them serve it to people. See,
That
I
happens.
don't eat out a whole lot.
I
guys,
don't
promise
either.
you. King Arthur, thanks for that super chat. He said, many thanks, Calvin. No, thank you, brother.
Well,
He's out there.
back to Jay. When that's this friend of mine, and I sat at the same desk right beside his for 17 years, kept telling me about Skyline Chili. He's talking about 2-way, 3-way, 5-way. I was getting excited. I thought he was talking about something else.
But yeah, but see, that's what I was kind of shocked. My mother always put spaghetti, beans, and meat in her chili and tomatoes, whatever. But when you get to Cincinnati, it's like, well, do you want 2-way or 3-way? Or I'm like, wait.
And they put American cheese on top of it.
Give me a bowl of chili,
Well,
so they give me a bowl of chili, all meat.
That's what I got, a bowl of chili. I took one bite and I threw it away. But that's me. I mean, everybody
What, here?
Things. No, Skyline chili.
Yeah.
I'd heard about it for 17 years.
Well, actually, you can re-up on the land lease, he said, from what I hear. This is legal stuff that you're going to have to get a lawyer.
And even if you get a lawyer, which
like
one
that.
do you trust? I mean, Calvin has
You
a
know.
very good friend here. He can probably tell you how to do it. But on your own, I would say rent for 5 years, learn the people, and go from there. That's me.
Bobby G's not on here.
Is he mad at us, Kyle?
No, Bobby G got hurt on the job.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he fell off a truck. He works for the city.
I knew he trimmed trees and stuff.
He works for the city of Denver.
Well, I hate to hear that. I'll have to WhatsApp him when I get home. Make sure he's okay.
Yeah, they're part of technically, but you know what I'm talking about.
Men draw lines.
Well, yeah. Remember,
Men draw lines.
people.
From wherever you want.
Imagine what was the name of the Philippines. I asked somebody here, they didn't know. I said, what's the name of the Philippines before the Spanish came over here or whoever came over here and renamed it? Well, all right, what was the name of America before they named it?
I don't know.
Same with Iraq and Iran. They renamed this stuff, man. White men went over there and carved all this stuff up. That's why they having all the problems. India and Pakistan. Same thing here in the Philippines. That's why those people down south, the Muslims, they're angry. They're saying, we want our land back. Spain's not here no more. Give us our kingdom back that we had before they got over here with all that foolishness. But we don't read, man. We don't read. Yeah, he made it to Puerto Rico.
My brother is in Puerto Rico now working.
But I'm talking about the 48 states. Do they celebrate Columbus Day in the Caribbean?
I don't know.
Alan? He said, pull the plug.
Pull the plug on what?
I don't know. He says, I'm from LA too. Wait, yeah. I have a popular Filipino last name, Rosales. Yeah.
If I remember right, the Spanish made everybody take a Spanish name. They had a list of like 15 they could choose from. Janessa, her name's Valley Gresha.
Yeah, if you look up the history, man, it's pretty brutal. That's why I always say Filipinos, they're some amazing people because they welcome people over here, including Americans, that they probably shouldn't. It was the law. We come up with some stupid laws. It was the law that you had to learn English over here. You didn't have a choice.
Now that benefits
you didn't have a choice
like us, but
I mean, it's all kind of crazy stuff.
John.
He said, John, just bring the 49,000 pesos and 9,900 U.S. cash with you. Yeah, John bought 110,000 over here. That's hilarious.
I was lucky. I did not know. I thought if you declared it, you'd be okay. Well, luckily, I never went through customs.
Now, one thing I can say about this Medardo Elman is there's a lot of similarities in the culture between the Philippines and Mexico.
I lived in both.
And of course, you know why? Because the Spanish colonized both. I mean, when I took my American wife, we went to Cancun and we went to Playa del Carmen. Man, we were treated as nice as well as I've ever been treated. Probably because,
it's a resort.
I'm at the resort, but they were just super nice. And that's when I said, I'm moving to Mexico. So I came here.
I worked and lived in real Mexico. It's different than the resorts, but it's very similar to the Philippines.
My
Well, I know
journey,
they're safe.
thanks for the super chase. Said, Calvin and John, can I live there for $1,600 a month? Also, how much would it cost to hire someone to clean and another to shop and cook for me?
50
Well,
or $80 a month.
Yeah, if I were you, I'd just have one person do the same thing.
Yeah, I would too.
Unless you're going to live in some big palace or something.
Can you live here for $1,600 a month? Yes. Would I want to? No, I spend more, but that's me. But can you do it? Yeah.
It's
no problem.
The budget is not an argument, guys. It's like assholes.
It's how you want
We all have one. Some are tighter than others. It's your lifestyle, where you live, how you live. That's going to determine how much. Y'all think I'm playing, man. Before I even started Sunshine Shows, I was at about 1,400. I was taking care of 6 people over here. We did not miss it. We did not miss a meal. But remember, I don't go partying all the time. I don't smoke. I don't drink.
And I do both.
See, and that's a lot of money, really, when you think about it.
And I buy American food here. That's my biggest expense because it's imported and very expensive. That's why he lost 30 pounds and I gained 30.
Yeah, but what kind of American foods? What are you talking about when you say you buy?
Well, anything. I get the cheeses. I mean, the cheeses are imported. They're very expensive. Stuff like that.
Yeah, well, see that. Yeah, you're right. Because one thing I tell guys to do is try to find a similar Filipino brand, because you can if you look hard enough. But not in a place like this, John.
No, but you always say, I eat the local peanut butter versus Skippy. I can't stand the local peanut butter.
No,
but that's me.
No, I said I eat a local brand, not that local stuff. It's too sweet.
It's too
sweet.
And
then it's too gritty. They don't get it smooth enough. No. I eat something that's called Lady's Choice.
That one's too sweet for me, but that's me.
But they got like 3 different kinds. Some of it is sweet and creamy. I don't buy that one. I buy the one that tastes just like Skippy. It tastes like a Jif or something like that.
Well, I like Jif.
But it's a whole lot less than that, see? And hell, you can only cook fish, chicken, and pork one, the same as you can in America, man. I mean, I keep it simple over here, believe it or not.
Well, something, if you want green peppers and celery, you're going to pay out the rear end for
it. Yeah. It's certain things. Now, I discovered, somebody told me to go to Ayala Mall and go to the Metro supermarket, and you get a lot of American brands. They got about 2 or 3 aisles.
We can get that in Bacala, but it costs you.
But I mean, when I went over there, so they got different things that you can't get there. Like I got the grapefruit juice.
I saw you. I was wondering where you got that, because I've never seen it here.
Bacala. No, you're not going to find that here. But they didn't really have a whole lot. It's not like if you go to Ayala Mall in Cebu, where they just got hours and hours of American stuff. But the cereal is expensive, man.
All important.
I mean, really, imagine trying to buy a box of cereal for $7.
Then you gotta buy the milk to go with it. That's important.
But I don't mind the regular milk. To me, it tastes the same to me. But you gotta get it cold. No, the Nestle. It comes in the box.
But that's still important.
No, it's not.
I'll have to look it out. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, they make that here because it lasts 3 months. It lasts 3 to 6 months.
Well, that's because they irradiate it.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not like in America, 2 weeks you gotta get rid of it.
But it's irradiated. People in the U.S. won't go for that.
Yeah, he's right. He said those explorers. He said that they discovered those places and people were already living there, so they were already. Well, what they say, the victors already
write the
history.
Yeah.
It's like over here. Okay, we live in Negros Occidental and Negros Oriental. It's Negroes Occidental and Negroes Oriental.
And all that means is black and Spanish.
Because when the Spanish explorers came over
people
here,
were dark.
They saw it. They said, "Oh, these Negroes." But of course, because these same explorers made the word Negroes and black mean something terrible all around the world. The Philippines don't want it to be called Negroes Occidental. So, but that's what it is, man.
If you're black and come here, somebody says Negroes to you, it's not bad. They don't mean nothing.
Yeah, Negro. It takes a while though. That's a cringy. It happened to me in Cebu, and I knew they didn't. The girl said, "Look,
there's nothing bad.
Don't get angry." I said, "Yeah, but it's easy for you to say."
Oh, well, I know. Now, when I lived in the squatter area, Calvin stopped by one day. I wasn't feeling too good that day. I had been with TJ or CJ, but Calvin bought all the neighborhood kids some junk at the sorry store.
Yeah.
So 2 days later, I was leaving to come up for a live stream. One of the neighbors said, "John, where are you going?" I said, "I'm going with Calvin." They looked at me. I said, "My friend that bought you candy." They looked at me and I said, "Negros Cano." "Oh, we know he's a good guy. He's a good guy."
You could have said the black man, John.
I don't
you didn't
know.
have to say Negro.
I don't know.
They call us black Americans.
But these kids don't know that much English. I don't know if they would have known it or not.
He said, "Calvin, what made you pick the Philippines over Mexico?" A lot has to do with the language. A lot had to do, believe it or not, the way that I was treated over here. I had been to Mexico a few times. I'd never been to the Philippines. And, the cost of living, of course, the women, man, I'm not going to lie.
My journey, my original destination was Mexico. I lived there for 3 months after a robbery attempt and some other things. I never felt safe there. I got the hell out.
Okay, Harvey said how much. This is something you asked John, but I know it's gotten very expensive.
A lot.
It really has. It's almost doubled since I've been here.
$2.40 a liter. That's what it costs right now.
$2.40.
$2.40 a liter. When I first came here, it was only like a dollar a liter.
Yeah, that would be 120 pesos.
Yeah,
but if you go get it from the source, it's only like $1 and something. If you go to the place where we go, what's the name of that?
Well, I know where the distributor is.
The distributor.
Yeah,
go there.
I'm not one that I don't drink that much beer.
It's less than 90 pesos for a liter.
Harvey, I don't drink that much beer because you can get a fifth of a 80 proof Tonga Wide for same price, $2.40.
Yeah, I get the lady's choice. It's very good. That's the only one I can eat because my girlfriend said, she went to the market and
bought. A lot of them are way too sweet.
And I'm gonna tell you, after eating the lady's choice, that peanut butter sat in there and rotted. She wouldn't even eat it. But normally, it rotted.
Well, give it to the neighbors or something. I never let anything go away.
Yeah, but
give it to somebody.
Normally we do, but she thought we're gonna eat that. She never ate that.
That's like your helper. You should have sent it back to the mountains with her.
But that was a long time ago before we had a helper. We didn't have a helper. Booby made us have a damn helper, man.
Blame it on Booby.
Yeah, blame it on Booby. Hey, regular Joe Travers, thanks for the super chat. He said, "Hola from Merida, Mexico." Yeah, can't wait for the PI to open.
Hola.
I really had, like John said, I saw both sides of Cancun because I met a Latino guy. He was one of those guys that got put out of America.
Oh,
he
that's
was
right.
There.
Was he like a taxi driver and they found his, he was illegal or something?
I don't know what he did, but yeah, he was from LA. And, of course, they, they deported him. But he grew up his whole life in America, though. And, he was stuck, so. Yeah. But he showed me around. I paid him. I said, "Show me the real Cancun. Show me the hood." I told him.
It's bad.
And I gave him I gave him a Obama shirt. I just bought it. He really liked it. And I said, "Well, show it. I'll buy you lunch." I gave him a few dollars because I forgot what the exchange was back then. Cal Devon says, "Hello, Lynn. As quiet as I'm here."
Here, look at Kyle's. Yeah. Wife. Oh God, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, see, that'll make you pick the Philippines over Mexico, too. But
right there.
Mexico's got some beautiful women, too.
Yes, they do.
And one thing I can say about Mexico, the last time I went to Cancun before, I came here I came here April 2009. I was in Cancun February 2009. I met these two women from Venezuela, and I hate to say this, I say it all the time, but they may have been the most beautiful women I've ever seen. I was with the Mexican that got kicked out of America, and man, I'm gonna tell you, man, you just get more, I guess, because of the location, you get more of a variety of women. He says,
now Calvin was on here a couple weeks ago saying, "I saw so many beautiful women at the mall." I went downtown to San Carlos yesterday, the day before. There's a lot of beautiful women there. There really is.
It is.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, it is. But what I like
Cal Deadman, he says, "Buck, go to Mexico first. Don't, Buck.
Yeah, no,
come here. We'll take care of you here. You're on your own there."
He ain't gonna make it. But anyway, the one thing about here, because I've been to Brazil, I've been to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, I've been to Cartagena, Colombia. You're talking about just knock out women, but you really don't have a chance with a lot of them women over there.
Really?
You have to fantasize. Over here, you do. That's why I put
You don't
the
have to
Philippines.
fantasize here.
That's why I put the Philippines over Brazil, because people was like, man, why would you put the Philippines over Brazil? Because a lot of the women over there, man, they're not gonna give you the time of the day.
I'll give you one good reason why. They speak English here. I had a Mexican girlfriend. We talked through my phone. That gets to be a pain in the ass after a while.
Well, I did that with I told you, with the Cuban lady.
Tell me that's what I'm paying.
Oh my God.
That's bad.
And I'm gonna tell you something. She
really
was a nice lady, and I mean, could cook really, really well. But after a while,
it gets old.
Yeah, it gets old real quick.
It gets old.
What's going on, Iskandari? The guy asked me, could I get NFL games? I said I can now, since I got that out from you. Colombian women are gorgeous. I mean, they're very beautiful, but hell,
Thank you, Dennis. Appreciate it.
And this is the truth too. But I'm gonna tell you, man, they seriously. And right now,
the Philippines are winning the Miss Universe and stuff. 2
of the last 6, only South Africa saying. But right now, if you went to Venezuela, you'd probably have the same experience with women as you do.
Because they are in bad shape down there. I'd be scared down there. They can't get toilet paper or anything else.
Yeah, it's really bad. But just getting in there. Hey, Dennis Snyder, thank you. Yeah.
But
he said, come on with it and stop teasing me at Cal Devin. He said, yeah, David B says, yeah, they know they're gorgeous. Yeah. And that's it, man.
Well, that's one thing. Mean, the women here, they think they're ugly.
But a lot of them don't even realize they're beautiful.
Well, the first one, you've seen pictures. The first one I had here, she was gorgeous. She had been told from day one of being born, you are the ugliest person in the world. And she truly believed that. And you guys, anybody get over here, I'll show you the pictures. She was nice.
You see some knockouts in Brazil, and see the thing about it, their weather is like here. And when we were on Copacabana Beach, I like drinking coffee outside, man. It's dangerous, and I'm talking about for your safety. I'm talking about, man, these women are walking around with fishnet bikinis, man, and
they don't
just crazy stuff. No, they don't do that here, but there they do. And I mean, they leave nothing to the imagination. That's where the G-string was invented. And over there, I mean, they're just unbelievably beautiful. But hell, then you got to go home to the hotel and assault yourself. You don't have to do that here.
Well, if you do that here, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, there's something wrong with you. But I can say, if you really, wanted something, you just have to pay for it. Orca King says, see, Cal, you got a damn piece. Yeah. John, bikini, please.
Cal has been trying to get me to put a bikini on. I'm fighting him on that.
I don't want to see you.
I'm just kidding when I say that.
No, I'm not. I don't want to see you in that thing. My God. It was bad enough you took your shirt off that day.
Well, I didn't put one on. I was with CJ. You go to CJ, it gets ugly.
Remember, I was telling you guys, I forgot to talk about him on that we're our worst enemy over here. There's a guy, and John's being polite and says he's invested $10,000 US in a rental property. We get in our own way over here, guys. We do stupid stuff like that.
I never put I'm not going to say a penny. I don't put very much in a rental property. He's a good guy, though.
Yeah, he's a great guy, but I'm saying, John, you don't do that over here.
If I leave here today and go to his house, I'm going to be drunk for 3 days. I got to stay.
Yeah, but that's one thing you don't want to do. And was it a coincidence, guys, that the day I made that video, the very next day, we get that news flash from the Bureau of Immigration where the American down in Mindanao acting a complete fool.
Now,
thanks, Bud Dog, 5,000 for the super sticker.
Remember one thing, the crime here, and people get in trouble, is very low. But when something happens, it's a big deal. That's where your media comes in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said that all the time, that they'll make you think that pedophilia is a foreigner problem. But guess what? in the paper yesterday, and I'll show it to you. Go on you can go to inquirer.net, CebuDailyNews.com. 46-year-old man they arrested him for raping his 12-year-old daughter.
I believe it.
Because the wife, he lived in Balambin, which isn't far from here, in Toledo, around Toledo City, right across the bay from here. He lived with him and his 3 daughters. The wife had died.
Raped his 12-year-old daughter.
Well, he was having sex with her.
Well,
so
same
you know,
thing.
yeah.
I don't take kindly to that.
Yeah.
AC King, you come here, you're not going to have no problems. You will do very well.
Yeah, but for some reason, you go to them places like that. I guess because Brazil's not that far from America. I guess they just used to seeing us. It's no big deal like it is over here.
You're the expert on that.
He said, Calvin and John, let's
get paid.
I think he's saying let's get paid. I guess that's what he's saying. He said, advice to the new guy, Cal Deb. He says, quench your thirst for lust. Then reality.
You know what? I've heard a lot of expats say that. They say, go up to Angeles, get it all out of your system and everything else. And he's probably right.
Well, you don't got to go to Angeles.
Well, I've
just be
that.
Single. Don't get involved in a relationship right away.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. Okay, Calvin, you would agree with this. You go on one date, that's a relationship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, it's kind of hard.
But if you want a 10, you know where the 10s are. They're in the bars. Yeah. If you want food, it's too messy for me. I don't like that.
Both.
I don't like that.
Like I said,
I'm funny with that. I'm funny about that.
Looking for one good woman. Took me a while to find it, but I found it. I'm happy.
I'm funny about that. I don't, my man works like that, knowing that who was you with 5 minutes ago.
Okay, and I agree with you. That's how we are. But if you don't know, it's okay. Why is that? Because I'm the same way. If you don't know, it's okay.
I mean, if you pick up a girl in the bar, you know. That's what I'm saying. I ain't talking about a regular woman. I'm talking about the women in the bar.
I'm not going to disagree with that because you're right.
Of course, they relate more to the struggle with each other. That's why they choose the Filipino man.
Well, I mean,
and he has everything in common with them.
Same culture, same everything. Language, they look the same.
But it's like, most American women and men are Americans. I mean, it's nothing. That's not. I tell you guys this stuff all the time. I'm not sharing earth-shattering news. It's common sense news. I'm trying to break through some of the foolishness that we got in our heads about the Philippines. That these women are just over here waiting for us to jump off the plane. They're not really. They're not.
No, I know. I do want to say one thing. I did write it down. On one of your live streams, somebody asked about just talking to women in public, and you kind of said, well, they're not going to talk to you back. That I disagree with. I've had 7 Panays here. 2 of them were personal introductions. 2 of them were on the internet. Well, one while I was not here, one while I was here. The other 3 were women that I talked to either on the street or where they worked or something like that. Don't be afraid to talk to them. You'll be able to tell. If you say hello and they say hello, well, that's what. If it, hello, well, just leave them alone. Go on to the next. But you can't.
Yeah, but
just
of course you can, John. But I'm saying, if you go down the street, even in a small place like St. Carlos, and they see us all the time, and you try to talk to 10 people, 3 of them might talk to you. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. More than likely, if you try to talk to a woman,
don't get hurt by the ones that don't. It's just just business. Go to the ones that will. And
it's just the way that they are, especially if you're in a mall. Filipinos are self-conscious a lot of times. They know that other people are watching because you're the foreigner. They're watching you, so they know that they're watching them. So they think, oh well, there's a stigma still.
But
even though we've been over here, I mean, don't be
afraid to talk to people, because I do.
How many times have I said, if you talk to 10 women, you may get 3 or 4 good responses. You talk to, because you don't want to come over and settle.
That's just part of doing
settle
business.
For what you don't really want. Don't come over here and do that because you don't have to do it. He says, Oscar says, so you guys believe it's just being open friendly. I notice you guys always are saying
I talk to everybody.
as your pastor. Does that help
My young boot
life?
tag.
I say hello to everybody.
I do too.
I say hello to everybody.
I think they appreciate it.
Because you don't know, Filipinos are so humble over here. You don't know the rich people from when they're just out in the street. When they're driving their big trucks and stuff, yeah. But on out in the street, you ain't gonna know. So you don't know if you're talking to the senator or to the taxi cab driver. But Lynn San Diego 102 says Filipinos are super self-conscious. I agree. They are. I don't know why it's like that, but they are.
I agree with it too.
He said, I like the vibe you guys got. I lived in Subic in 2018 and miss it every day. This place grows on you. The Philippines will grow on you.
I love it. My life is
so much
there.
different than where you coming from.
I love
That's a good thing.
If I didn't, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I'll speak the truth, Lynn. Buck's hitting on Lynn. Come on, Buck.
Cal says, if you know what you're looking for in a mate, it's not hard to find here. If you respect them, they will respect you. Oh, so you're in the Philippines now, Cal?
He's doing Alaska, I think.
I'm 20. Well, I'm actually 19 years. He said, what's the age gap? John is 33, right?
No. My girlfriend was 26 when I met her.
No, now.
She's 28 now. I'm 62.
So you're 61.
Well, I'm going to be 62 in a couple months.
Well, how old are you now?
I am 61.
Okay, so that's 33 years. And they get a long way off. It's no big, I'm just saying it doesn't look cringy when you see it, right?
No, I mean, some people say, I don't care what
I
they
don't.
say.
I guess because I'm used to seeing
One thing, Janessa, she's very honest with me. She said, when we first got together, she was 26. I was, 59?
Yeah.
She goes, I was kind of embarrassed and ashamed, but she goes, no, I don't care.
Of course, yeah. She gets 3 good meals a day.
3 good meals a
air
day.
conditioned.
The best life she ever had. And she
conditioned.
thanks me every day for giving her a good life. And I tell you, that I appreciate that. I always tell her, thank you for giving me a good life.
But it's just a different culture over here, and they grow up a lot quicker. They have to, so they're a lot more mature. So you don't have to be. And even though it's not really accepted over here, it's tolerated over here. Nobody's going to bother you. I've seen, like I said, I've got a friend, a real good friend in America. They're both of my good friends. He was 50 and she was 19 when they met. They've been together going on 9 years now. They've been married.
Oh, good for them.
They got a 7-year-old daughter.
But look at the expats here. We got Bill and Jennifer. He's 67. She's 25. We got Nifty and Luna. She's 33 and he's 70 or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of age gaps, and they work. Some of these people have been together for 10, 15 years.
Some of them work, some of them don't. Some of them are, some of them live together for convenience.
And
a lot of them.
I think there's at least one
expat
expat I know that.
But remember, that's why you mind your own business over here.
And that's something there. Okay, you want to be in a nursing home in your golden years of US, or you want to have a beautiful young Panay taking care of you? I'll take the young Panay any day. You'll get better care.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot more.
A lot better care.
And, my girlfriend was telling me yesterday, I guess she heard my video about the 5'3", 280-pound dishwasher from Indiana with one eye. Because she said, Calvin, it don't matter. The Filipinos don't think like that. Even if you got one eye, they'll love you. And I was like, okay. But at first, they don't fall in love with you. It takes a while.
First, it's for security. But it can turn into love.
It will turn into love. If you're going to treat her right and take care of her. They're not from outer space, but if you don't, man, you got to be able to ring the bell, too, because if you can't ring the bell, she's going to find it somewhere else, and this is where I try to warn you guys. Yeah, they're nice and this and that, and they love, but, they have, if they have an itch, they want you to scratch it.
I'll answer Mr. Mon here. Has the traffic become worse since they've opened the Philippines up a little bit? No. The traffic got worse when Axie got so popular here. The squatter neighborhood I lived in might have had 4 motorcycles. After Axie came, there were 14 motorcycles, and that's the same down in Moise Village. The traffic got worse with Axie. Axie has actually improved people's lives here better than before the pandemic.
But now it's going down to basically nothing now.
Well, and that's the thing. Well, what's going to happen next? We don't know. But in the last year, it's really, people live better now than they did before the pandemic.
And they were, the economy was doing pretty good then. But see, everybody doesn't have Axie though.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people that do. I see people out there every day.
But a lot don't. They want it. Every time I go to the store, they ask me, am I a manager?
Or your manager.
Yeah, because they see that, I was talking to Marie, Marie, the insurance.
Her son's the one that did her too, right?
Right. And I was asking them, I said, does any of you guys have Axie? They said, no, we don't have it. And he said, but I'm going to be honest with you. The reason why I don't have it is because I was skeptical at first.
Well,
he said, I didn't really think that you could make a lot of money. And the daughter said, she said when one of her friends made $30,000 the first time, but that's when it was like
it was
20
pesos.
It was high then. Now it's like $2 pesos.
Now you're lucky to get $10 a week, but guess what? $10 a day. $10 a day. Here's a lot of money.
Yeah, 1,000 square foot. That would be like 100 square meters then. Which, you
don't need that much here.
That's going to be big.
I mean, that's up to you. I wouldn't do it. So, David B., first of all, you can't own land here. You're going to get your girlfriend, your wife's name. What if she boots you out in 5 years? You lost your 1,000 square foot. I mean, go simple and then big deal.
Yeah. And then I wouldn't come right over her. See, one thing I was telling Rudy, y'all know Rudy. The Ed McMahon of my
Rudy, the guy that's sending $200 a month to a girl he never met.
Yeah, well, he's already talking about building a house for this girl, and I was like, Rudy, do you even know if you're going to get along with the girl?
Don't do it.
He said he showed her the floor plans, and she didn't like it. Said it was too small. I said, really?
Okay, and that's a bunch of BS because at Calvin's house warming, we had a girl that grew up in the mountains. They said they made fun of their house because it was worse than everybody else. And she said, this house isn't big enough for her. I tell you, what's up with that stuff? That's spoiled.
No, it's not true. It's not true. But remember, guys, people have preferences. Let me say that again. He said, I've heard on other channels that the ladies of the Philippines don't like men of color and muscular guys. And guys who are tall.
Look at Calvin.
But some of them don't, I guess.
Look at Calvin, beautiful woman. Cal Deadman's on here. Look at the picture of his wife. Look at Cliff and I mean, the list goes on. Ingrid Davis, gorgeous woman. Don't believe it.
But I'm saying
don't believe
it's true in a way because people have their preferences.
Well, everybody does. But I mean,
don't hold that against. Don't make the Filipino
saying a black guy
difference.
Come over here won't get a good-looking woman. That's BS.
But see, people on them other channels that he's saying, they push that narrative because they're trying to keep everything to themselves. They don't realize that, man, you can tell the truth and people still aren't going to come over.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't have a dog in the fight. I'll tell you how I see it.
Yeah, I'm telling you how.
I don't care if you come
why
here or
you
not.
think I call it boots on the ground? The nitty gritty, exactly what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. That's, people have preferences, but if I'm an Asian, if I'm black, if I'm Latino, I'm not hesitating to come over here.
I wouldn't.
Oh, okay, Phil Cooper. Phil Cooper says, hey, I'm out of this hotel. He's all
good, finally.
Yeah.
Now, Phil Cooper's the one that had problems going back to the U.S. for his mom's funeral, right?
Yeah.
I told Phil, if I was you, I'd go home and I'd stay there till this was all over. He's been through the ringer.
Yeah, the beach of life. He got it right. It's just like I made the video, 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. You come over here, you're going to get a Filipino, okay? So let's quit with all this. Oh, they don't like this, they don't like that. Yeah, maybe some of them don't, but there's 55 million women here.
But we had a viewer on here saying he was paraplegic and he didn't have any trouble getting a woman here. I mean, they're here.
18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy.
They'll even take 4 inches.
Yeah.
They prefer it.
Yeah. I mean, really, guys. I mean, don't let that stuff discourage you. They're looking, one thing about Filipinos that I really love, man, they're going to look at your character. They don't really, my girl said
they care about how
yesterday.
they treat you. Yes.
She said, that's what we want. Are you going to take care of us, Cal? That's what she said.
And are you going to
yesterday.
go out and screw everything that's walking?
Right,
I mean,
right. And that's
they want a
what
good
she
man.
said.
They want a good man. Can't blame them.
She said blind cripple crazy. Yeah, but it's true. Lynn?
I like Lynn.
Because I see it over here all the time.
I tell you, last time I was in Dumageddon, I don't know how old he was, but he made me look beautiful. And he had a honey. I don't know if it was his daughter or what.
The craziest thing I ever seen was I was on the ocean jet. We were coming from either Bohol or Dumageddon going back to Cebu. And this scraggly foreigner, he had to be in his 50s. Man, he had these two super young girls. And I was like, I mean, it was real. No.
Now, I will say there are a couple things. My wife told me Filipinos don't like guys with beards. I'm just telling you what she said. But they don't like guys that are not clean. Filipinos, I don't care how poor they are very clean. They keep themselves very clean. They have to.
Well, a lot of the women.
Well, the men too, because you get a cut and it gets infected. You're 6 hours from a hospital. You're going to die.
You don't ride the tricycle as much as I do.
I don't like tricycles.
You got to be kicking on them damn tricycles. You be like, man, would you wash your feet, man?
Really? Is it that bad?
Is it that bad? But I'm not putting anybody down.
Just
if you rode around on a hot ass tricycle all day,
well,
for 12 hours, your feet would stink too.
I wear flip flops every day. Just walking from where I live, at your old house, to over to Gasano back. I gotta wash my feet when I get back. So
imagine they're on there all day, and then they stick their foot up there on the on that part, and you're like, man, come on. He said they prefer it.
I like that.
Yeah, they do.
They prefer it.
He got that from me.
Yeah, I did. I got that from Calvin.
But they do. My girl said that what got me over was I asked about her children. Oh, okay.
Well,
her family,
We can talk about children real quick. I've had 2 exes that had young children. I had bad experiences with them. But I've been around Calvin. He's got 2 stepchildren here. They're good. So it varies.
Cal Devin said they don't like hair on the face because it makes their face itch. And in between their legs itch, too. Because they make their thighs itch. You guys is down there. And
what Janessa told me was they don't like beards. 1, because they think it's dirty. And these Filipinos are very clean. And number 2, they have it in their head that mostly outlaws have beards. I mean, that's just what she told me. So, believe it.
But I don't hardly see anybody over here with a beard.
Well, that's why, because they don't like them.
No, but I'm saying, I can't grow. I wish I could grow a beard, but I grow it in patches. It really looks ugly.
I don't have nothing on the sides.
He said my feet were always dirty when I was there. It comes from wearing flip flops everywhere since it's so hot.
I agree with that.
Yeah, when you go from one place to the other, you got to take a shower because you're gonna sweat a lot of times.
Well, here's what's bad: if you take a hot shower, I get out and I dry off. I sweat as much as the water I had on me in the shower.
He said, I heard that you can get the blue pill very cheap. Yeah, but you got to be careful. Is it the real blue pill, John?
Yeah. I don't know.
What gives it away is those faded packages.
I don't know.
It's like, I wouldn't do it.
If I get to the point where I need that, which I have no problem with that, I would go to a pharmacy, a reputable one, and get it. If they're even available here, I don't know.
Yeah. But you can, a lot of them do, but a lot of them, it's because they've never had the 7-inch before. Well, once they have the 7-inch, they're happy with it.
That and they're small women.
Yeah,
I've had problems with that. Try going to a gynecologist with your girlfriend and getting a half-hour lecture on how you need to be careful on this girl. You should be ashamed of yourself for tearing her up. I mean, that's not fun. I didn't enjoy it. I felt like whipping out and saying, "This little thing did all that."
Is that these guys in me?
Oh, they weren't there when I was there earlier. Okay.
Were they or were
I didn't see them. I haven't seen. No. I'm giving them Filipino answers. And that's one thing. Filipinos, somebody said passive aggressive, and that's probably true because when I ask a question, I get this big, long conversation. I find myself saying, is the answer yes or no? And then we'll go into this big, long conversation. I'll say, is the answer yes or no? Oh, I tell you, Calvin's out there giving the wall builders a hard time. King Arthur. King Arthur, you're the one that said you didn't want me to get drunk today. That's why I'm taking it easy. But King Arthur, you live in San Diego with Lynn. If I was you, I'd be inviting her out to dinner or something. But I mean, that's just me. I think she's a good woman.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. I found a new. See, John doesn't eat. John won't try nothing new.
Not very much.
But I will. Beat Your Life said, John Moonshine, you're my hero. Thanks for the super
I'm glad
chat.
I'm somebody's hero.
But I'm gonna tell you guys something. This right here, this is tuna bread. Inside of this is tuna fish, man. It's delicious. I tried it yesterday for the first time, and that's why she bought 2 more packs a day. I'm talking about this bread will make you bite your tongue.
Did you get sick from it?
No.
Well, that's
I don't
okay.
get sick.
Now, I've got the tuna Pop-Tarts or the turnovers from Jollibee's. I won't get them again.
No, I
won't get them again. I thought they'd be good.
Now, will I get the
I'll get the fried chicken anytime. It's good.
will I get the turnover with the mango, peach mango?
See, I haven't had that yet.
Oh, it's delicious.
The yellow mangoes here are unbelievable. When you get them when they're good, it's in my opinion, the best fruit I've ever eaten. And I've had tree ripened peaches, and those are pretty good. But I think these yellow mangoes actually beat them. Mark Richards, I'm 6 feet tall. My girlfriend's not afraid of me being tall. She feels secure with me. I tell you, over at Gasano Mall, this is pre-pandemic, I saw a guy who was probably 6'5", and I don't know how tall his panai was. She looked like she was 4 foot, and I tell you, I just had to stare, and I had to chuckle at myself. But, yeah, they don't care about that. Harold Teal, John, you sound so convincing. I just tell it how I see it. Like I say, it don't matter to me if people come here or not. I don't care. But I just don't want you to come here as blind as I did. And I came here blind. I would be a disappointment for King Arthur, I probably would be too. But I really like Lynn. Yeah, I'd really like her. Okay, nothing else. Let's see. Oh, Lynn's asking, King Arthur, Lynn's asking, are you in National City? Talk to her. Now, Calvin's in there using the bathroom. I hope he washes his hands. Oh, Marilyn's laughing over that one. I love it. Marilyn's laughing at you, Calvin. Lynn, Calvin has a question for you, or King Arthur. You're both around San Diego area. How much for what's 58 meters convert to? How much would it be for a 2-bedroom house there? Okay, here's a good one. My journey. John, how long did it take you to get used to the heat? I am not 100% used to it. I tell you, the first 2 years, I struggled with it. I mean, I'm just totally wet. What I do now, I have a little battery-operated fan that I pretty much carry with me a lot. I've gotten a lot better with it, but I still sweat a lot, and I'm still hot. Like I said, this morning it was 80 degrees with the heat index was like 85. The locals are freezing. I felt great.
Yeah, that's what it's like out there now.
Okay, you got it now. I'm going to go smoke.
Yeah, it's because we got about, what time is it? Yeah, we got about 16 minutes left. Hey, Retard 2019, thanks for that super chat. Said Calvin, she will learn to love my beard and my 100,000 pesos every month. Absolutely. They're not going to kick you out because you got that. I think the people on my wall quit, man. They didn't show up again today. It's kind of disappointing to me, to be honest with you. You want me to open that up? Wait, hold on. I'm really angry about that, for real. But see, I got a great, the guy who was letting me borrow his electricity. See, he was one of the laborers that helped build his house. See, I wanted to get him in the beginning. Now he's out there now. My journey said, did I get an air conditioner? Yeah, you just can't hear it, man. It's quiet. Yeah, he said 800,000. Yeah, good Jesus, a 3-bedroom. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, man, I think they quit on me, man. But it is what it is. I'm out of what? I got a half-finished wall, and I'm out of what? 23,000. I mean, yeah, 23,000 pesos, about $400. Yeah, they fired themselves. I heard. Um, yeah, they fired themselves. He said John could handle the heat if he didn't drink so much. See, John talks big talk, but when he comes back, I'm gonna tell y'all, John is henpecked. Believe it or not.
I heard that.
You are, John.
What?
Because you're henpecked.
Well, I tell you, I am not. If I say no, it means no. But I will give her way a lot. Why not?
Henpecked doesn't mean that you're not in control. Just like the difference between you and me. When I said, look, I'm going over and get my vaccination, I said, I'm not going to lay down in the bed with you if you don't have your vaccine. We talked about it, because she's the same, John, with the same beliefs. But I said, no, we got to set the example for the kids around here, And well, she did it maybe like a month after me, but she did do it.
But like I say, with me, I don't want to force anybody
I'm not
to do something they
forcing
don't want to do. Our relationships is at will with both of us.
Yeah, but eventually she's going to have to get it done.
Well, I agree, but that's up to her. She wants to stay in the house all day. I already told her I'm not. You can.
Gilbert says, how much you think a 20-foot storage container would be from Florida?
I have no idea.
I have no idea, but I know this. Jesse, one of my friends, I consider him a friend now. He lives up in La Union, up in Luzon. He was married to a Filipino, and if you're married to a Filipino, she gets some type of discount when you send those over here. He said, I wish I could be drinking. He said, I don't sleep with a woman who's not vaccinated. I'm just saying, she's got children. And see, now, because now that they're vaccinating children here, see, her daughter at first was not, didn't want to get vaccinated, but now she sees her mother vaccinated.
The older one?
Yeah. She don't have a problem with it now. And that's what it's all about, man. It's like all them stupid, it's one thing to throw out some scientific stuff, but a lot of Filipinos over here are not getting vaccinated because they think they're going to die and they think they're going to, grow another head. It's just crazy over here. I'd be like, no, I'm sorry. You're going to be in the same house with me.
But I think they have the same attitude in the U.S. There's a lot of people there.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, but I mean, over here, they got some crazy reasons why they're not.
Well, you did that video on the superstitions. I could have added 50 or 60.
Yeah, I just, crazy. I didn't want to.
Now, I grew up in the hills of West Virginia. Growing up, we had all that stuff too. I mean, not all the same, but a lot of wives' tales, as we call them.
Yeah, Buck, we already got your little room out there.
Yes, he built a guest house for you already.
But I got to get that part for his feet to stick his feet out the wall. We don't want your feet inside there, Buck.
He even bought a used weed whacker.
Yeah, infantry.
And we're just kidding with you, Buck. I love you, buddy.
As a man, you have to stay in your lane, and she stays in hers. Yeah, but sometimes you gotta be the man. That's what I told my girlfriend. I said, look, y'all know good and well that y'all got clearly defined roles over here. Don't change, don't switch up because you with me. I'm the man in here. I'm sorry. He says, better to not sleep with a woman without a condom. Yeah. But then, see, that's another thing that you really have to be careful of over here, man. They're not going to push that issue over here.
Most of them never seen one. Buck would be happy in a cave. King Arthur's always on Buck.
He said, hey, Brother Cal and John, I just returned from West Africa. Your live program is on around 1 o'clock.
Wow. We appreciate you staying up that late.
Well, at that time, I think. Over there. He said, does the rock engineer get your photos of your wall dilemma for consultation. Well, I made the mistake. I should have included that in the building.
Get it all did beginning.
Got it all done in the beginning. But he did, credit to him. He saw my video and he said, Cal, if you want me to, I can come over there. I said, no, I said, they've already started. Best to let them. It's like too many hands in the pot. You don't want too many people in the kitchen. But now, I may have to go some route like that.
I just went out and had a half a cigarette. I think they're out there now. Well, now it's raining.
Yeah, so Calvin, you should invite a lawyer on. Yeah, it'd be nice if I knew any lawyers. I don't know any, Eric. That's the problem.
My problem, Eric, is, okay, can you trust that lawyer? Everybody's related here, and if anything ever goes to court, you're the foreigner.
Yeah, thanks, Lynn. Take care.
Goodbye, Lynn. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Yeah, we're going to get off with it, too. I think if we should eat by the time we get off here, it'll be done. Your brother's still here, or you gone?
I go give you something to drink.
So what, he thinks they quit too? He thinks they quit?
Yeah, I guess so much. I think it's going there.
Did they bring the other 100? I see they brought another 100.
Okay, while they're talking, we'll try to get something here.
The hollow block, they owe us
see.
another 100.
Well, retired says men aren't going to put on a condom when getting that Filipino tune-up. I didn't, but that's me.
Thanks for such an
thank
informative program. Thanks, Ron Bilzer. Yeah, even any of the women you've been with over here, you didn't you, John? You rolled the dice. But we all do.
It's a gamble.
But you all do. We all do. We all do. It's not like John's the only one, But after hindsight being 2020, that's when I said I probably should have.
Well, I probably should have too. Would I do it different? Probably not. I mean, I'm old.
I've come to the conclusion that American feminists are perfect for Filipino men because most of them are complacent in marriage and do not man being dominated. Well, I don't think that's true. That's not true. Filipino men put their foot down. When we date a Filipina, we give her more. When you talk about a better life, it's more than finances, man. She gets a lot more freedom. She gets a lot more say-so. Man, they're strict over here.
So does Maryland handle your money?
No.
Mine doesn't either, but all Filipino women.
Yeah, that's a culture.
Yeah,
but that has nothing to do with. Look, I'm gonna tell you something.
That's a big part.
But sometimes Maryland, she'll say something. Like I say something, and then I'll be going out the door, and she'll say something. Right? She would never do that to a Filipino man. They would slap her. They would slap her into tomorrow.
Because she wouldn't have to, because she's already in control of them.
She's not in control, John. You're wrong about that. No, you are wrong about that. They're strict with their women here, man. You ain't going to get that. I'm sorry.
It's $22 for a fifth of Tangawa in the U.S. It's $240 here.
Yeah, it's because
you
know why though.
Taxes.
Yeah,
taxes.
Yeah, they're very strict. I've got.
You can buy Jack Daniels here cheaper than you can in the U.S.
Now, they make Coke and stuff over here, too. They got Coke manufacturing places over here.
They sell Coke in cans. They sell Coke in plastic bottles. They sell in glass bottles. Calvin said this to me, and I didn't believe him. I kind of did a little comparison. The glass bottles do taste better for some reason. They get colder.
They taste better to me. Vince Lawson said, once the Philippines opened, do you think all the prices would skyrocket and the foreigners would cause small inflation? You got to understand, it's not like we're going to be overrun with foreigners here. The Philippines has always had this is the final price society. You're very seldom going to get any hell of a deal. But do I think the price is going to go up? Yeah. And it's going to be like take it or leave it. They're not going to skyrocket, though. The Philippines has always been, this is the price, take it or leave it.
Inflation, I've seen that since 2018. I first came here, a pack of brand name Marlboro cigarettes were $1, and now they're $2.80. I mean, things have gone up in price since 2018.
Yeah, but on some stuff. Yeah, on
Yeah,
some stuff.
labor it hasn't.
Rent it hasn't.
Rent it hasn't.
You know, coochie it hasn't, and that's what they're coming over here for. You know, but it hasn't went up real a whole lot because, well, 4% a month. I guess that could be considered a lot.
Well, 4%
Over
a month
3,
is big
yeah,
inflation.
Over 3. It's lower than their projections, though.
Okay, you're King saying, I know a lawyer in Duma in the intro, but every place you live is different. They have their own cliques and own.
I don't want to get into all I appreciate it, but I don't want to get into all that legal stuff on my channel. It's just not. It's not what I want to do.
And what somebody shows in Duma will not apply here.
Yeah. Have you ever guys noticed to get the gringo mindset like you find it? No.
Like I said, I gave a story earlier where 2 women came over and did the laundry for me, and they worked all day. I tried to give them money, and they wouldn't take it. So,
well, what you are gonna see if you go like to the market by yourself, they're gonna try you. They're gonna say they may. If you go there and it's like 300, they charge you 300 pesos per kilo for something that's normally 240 per kilo. They'll try you on something like that. At first.
I call them on it. I have actually screwed up because not everybody English is real good. I gave one of the vendors $100 more because I misunderstood her. She gave it back to me. So some yes, some no. Of course, when I was in Bacala and they needed a pack of cigarettes, they wanted to charge me like $4 for a pack of cigarettes when they're usually $2. I just told her, I don't want them, take them back. And then she went to the real price. So you got to call them on it.
Yeah, they're going to try you, but you don't have that. The mindset is that we all have money, and in comparison to the locals, we do. So, I'm not going to haggle with a Filipino over a few pesos.
Oh, I will.
I won't. That's not.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, I won't do it. That's just me. I don't like having a headache. Okay, you're gonna charge me 20 more pesos here. Take it.
I mean,
I'll probably give it to you.
If it's 10 or 20 pesos, I won't. But if they're really trying to put it over on me, yeah.
They're not gonna do that. Yeah, they're not gonna do that though.
After when the border first opened up, I wanted to go to the village. I found a pedicab. I said, hey, how much take me to go the 24 kilometers? He goes, how much is it worth to you? I said, I'll give you 500 pesos. Nah, I need 800. Well, that's way too much. I mean, that's more than he makes in a week. So I told him, hit the road. Next guy came up. I said, how much would you charge me to take? He goes, 200 pesos. Well, he took me to 24 kilometers, and I gave him 500 pesos because that's what I thought it was worth.
But see, that's what the guy says, And then you said, no, but on and on, hit and miss. Imagine with the engineer on this. Now, if somebody was going to cheat me, don't you think he would have cheated me? He would have had a good chance to cheat me as anything. But he didn't. But he honest,
I think the guys on the water cheating you more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, but here I was a million pesos. It's just they don't have that mindset over here. Do you see it? Yeah, because a lot of Filipinos, the masses, they do business like this. I'm going to get you one time.
They're not
going to look at the return business.
And we're always telling you guys they play the long game here, but the business, they don't.
No, they play the short game here. They do. They'll say, okay, I'm going to get you one good time, but not realizing that I'm not going anywhere. You're going to see me again. But guess what? I'll never give you another peso. Same with these guys on my wall. Okay, you think you really got me out of some money? No, you cheated yourself out of a whole lot more money because guess what?
Recommendations and everything.
Yeah, not only that, but they still have money coming. Then they have money coming from the gate. John, there's they'll see. They cheated themselves.
I agree.
Believe it or not. Wow, somebody said the cigarettes are $8.96 a pack.
The different states vary because of tax. When I left in 2018, I think I was paying $6 a pack in Tennessee, and that's a low tax state.
Yeah, but this is cheap. Hell, when I was in Chicago in 2000, I was in Chicago in 2012, and cigarettes was more than that. Then generics was $9 a pack.
Well, I say,
So I don't
different
know.
states have different taxes.
You know, we go back and forth with this Dems and Republicans. They're the same damn thing.
I hate them
guys.
all.
They're the same though. They go to the same. They belong to the same. They go to school together.
They
The
hang out
same
together.
swanky clubs. Yeah, man, we're the fools, guys. Let's see. What's it say? Hobo Hero says, hello, fellas.
Hello, my friend.
Yeah, we got less than a minute, guys.
Oh, no.
I want to appreciate all the super chats, super stickers, thumbs up, all the support. Thanks again for the 24,000 subscribers. We really, really appreciate it. All the support for Sunshine Shows, the Moonshine Shows,
I
Happy
appreciate
Hour. You know, we'll see you next time. And we will be broadcasting from the birthday party.
Oh, no, Christmas party, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Christmas party.
I
So,
can't wait for this. This is going to be fun. I'm
I
going to be
appreciate it.
serving.
Take care, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you very much.